Welcome back, crew, to section 15 of season 2. The crew's finally made it to Thessia, beginning the War on Kata arc. So, with that, a little bit of a recap. The group made some amazing time with their broke down ship last session, crossing the oceans of Kazuya, getting there on time, even with the ship that was making them go half speed, by working very well together, pulling together, and just getting the crew motivated and organized to continue rowing and sailing this boat across the open seas. Um, During that time as well, the group was able to get a little bit of downtime in that first week before they decided to go all in on pushing the oars. They were able to spend pursuing some of their various interests. Jeet was able to reach out to his sister, learning that she had joined the children of Miyalo, but her mind at this point was still at least partially her own. Though he did come up against the god Zexus, the god of Psyche, as he tried to send it to her. Similarly, Will was able to reach out to Blessing, who's now going by Les, and find that she's happy. She feels that she's finally free, and she's helping others to be free in Mokulan. And they're able to kind of have some pleasant conversation, though both of them kind of avoided what was going on actively in their lives. Uh, with that, the other members of the group were able to Asteria was able to learn more about gods and find two gods that potentially may take on Mockery if the cards are right, if the right conditions have been met. Hera, the goddess of nature, and Teneb, the god of darkness. Belric was able to get some training in, learning how to do kind of an aimed shot, trying to make sure that the fireball situation that nearly took down, that did surprisingly more damage to the ship than I expected, never happens again. And Mockery was also able to kind of bond with the crew and learn a little bit more about them as the journey went through. But eventually, the group was able to make their way to an island off the coast of Ascenta, where the Duke Lesse Royce had set up the Kata resistance. They found a well-organized war camp, kind of just neatly organized, well put together. Even outside the war camp and the followers and merchants area, everything just seemed to be just so. And were able to be escorted to meet the Duke himself, where the Duke kind of reaffirmed their loyalty, reaffirmed that they would not let their, let's call it, dalliance with Shinzo Z interfere with his retaking of Kata. And he took them into his service, providing them with food and telling them that as long as they are true and just in their fight for his cause, that they would be under his protection. With that, the group was able to kind of find out what their next big thing will be. Because at this moment, the forces of Taish have kidnapped or taken captive, we'll say, the Duke's father, Baron, the actual ruler of Kata, Baron Kesse Royce, as well as his wife, Duchess Persiana Royce, and is threatened to pretty much do them harm if the Kata forces try to retake their home. So the Duke is sending you in, along with his Griffin Special Forces and the Adamantium Renegades, to do a few big things. You all have been charged with rescuing his wife, Persiana Royce, and bringing her back safely. The Adamantium Renegades have been charged with bringing his father home. And the Griffins will be going through and freeing some of the special forces that were captured when Kata fell. With that, you guys have a week to prepare, or kind of down either to prepare or kind of pursue your own interests before this infiltration takes place, because you guys will be infiltrating the island of Kata, being teleported in 2 miles above the island, utilizing some cotton gliders that they're providing you to be able to bring yourself to the surface. And then the 3 teams will be splitting up and going after their own ends, eventually re-meeting at the within the city proper of Kata to utilize Mokulin's banks inert teleportation circle that you guys will be able to recharge and activate, and then make your way back to the island off the coast of Ascenta, where let's say Royce's war camp is. So that's just the recap. You guys right now have just left your meeting with the Baron. He's dismissed you all. And as you kind of leave this kind of war tent area, or this kind of his office area within the war camp, you do see this younger, you probably guess like 22-ish woman in a flowing white robe, along with a couple of stacks of papers in her hands. She kind of sees you guys and waves you over, unless there's anything you all want to do before heading out that way.
I'll head over.
You see she kind of walks up, and she has kind of flowing white robes, flowing black hair as well. Definitely kind of a look of nobility about her. And she kind of walks up holding her papers and goes, "You are the Gavels of Avicera, I presume?"
We are.
Perfect. I'm Lucille. The Duke has asked me to both show you around the war camp, as well as provide you a few updates on kind of how life works within the Cotton Army. If you have a few moments, I'd like to show you around, let you know where you'll be sleeping while we do the renovations on your boat. It looks to be in fairly rough shape. I'm surprised you made it across the oceans, but glad to see you all. Storm God's blessing must have carried you through. But we'll show you where your tents will be, let you know where other resources are on the island, and just give you a little bit of information on how the Duke likes things run. He likes things a certain way, and we want to make sure that you live up to his high expectations.
High expectations. Oh, we. Sorry. Yes. Please do tell. And then he just turns to Will, I think, and he uses message and says, "I thought we were doing him a favor."
Will can't help himself, and so he steps forward and sort of introduces her to everyone individually, and in probably the flirtiest way possible. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, ma'am. Her hands are full, but if they weren't, he would be kissing the back of her hand. And just individually goes and says this is Mockery, this is Agnijida, blah blah blah, because she knows of our group. Does she know our names? I don't know.
Well, the pleasure is all mine. We are happy to have you all with this noble mission to bring our homeland back to those who belongs to it. And Agniji, it sounds like you had some questions around the Duke's expectations.
Protocol, yes.
Protocol? The biggest thing is the Duke does not like disorder. He likes everything to be in the proper place. That includes his soldiers, mercenaries like yourselves, whatever it may be. He likes people that uphold their duty, are on time for their efforts. No, he does not like those who cause disruptions, brawlers, drunkards, pretty much the like.
Sounds like he and I will get along swimmingly. Okay.
Mockery's just trying to share a glance with Belric right now.
Yeah, Belric gives him a little uh-oh. We have to be on good behavior.
Bear turns around, and so that the barrel of ale that he's always carrying is invisible.
She goes, "I've heard you all have a colorful reputation, but at least from what I've heard along with that reputation is you can fight. And at the moment, that is what we need. We need warriors that can help us kick those giants off our lands." But I don't mean
what we're here for.
Well, follow me. I'll show you around. And she does begin to kind of lead you around the war camp. You see it's definitely meticulously well organized. You see within the camp, he's got his kind of legions of soldiers training, mixture of people fighting in kind of phalanx formations. You see kind of near the edge of the war camp, there's been a target practice set up, and you see numerous kind of long rifles being kind of set up on like almost a musket line, and kind of just going through and rotating their volleys, petitions, moving their position, kind of marching to and fro as they kind of train and test these new guns brought from Mokulin. You see that as they kind of lead you towards the outskirts of the war camp. On the eastern side of the island, you do see that there is a kind of a pretty large refugee camp with kind of Cotton survivors who have been kind of brought here for protection. But she does go and she goes, "We brought these refugees for protection. We want to make sure the Duke is very particular about making sure his people are protected. He feels that it's a noble's duty to be able to be the shield for those under his command. So even others may have objected, he did bring them to this war camp and has made space for them and laid resources out. One thing that you all are allowed to do, he is trying to urge as many of his people to join both either his Cotton army and fight under the banners of their homeland, or even if they're more akin for adventure or coin, to join with the mercenary companies. You are able to recruit from these people, and as long as you keep them in line and train them to how to fight, the Duke is very happy to have them in your employ versus just kind of waiting for their home to be returned to them."
Very good to know. Will sort of like remembers where all these people are. These are people who escaped from the place that was taken over, correct?
That's right. So you kind of see, like, looking out at, like, 'cause the war camp, it's still the war camp is very neat, orderly, clean. The refugee camp, it's definitely still organized, but you can definitely see some more of the wear and tear. Not squalid condition, but you can definitely tell that people have been displaced from their homes, kind of displaced, and a lot of people almost living on top of each other in a very small space.
Gotcha. Well, that is a noble's duty after all, so I'm glad to hear that at the very least, that he's taking care of the people.
Duke, let's say, I mean, he said he can be particular, but one of the good things is he truly cares. From what I've seen, he'll go to the ends of the earth for his people.
Well, perhaps he and I will be getting along as well. Please, sorry, lead on.
And she goes through and says, one of the things the Duke requested that I find, we are going to be repairing the damage to your ship. We also will be enhancing your ship to prepare for the Reclamation Day. We would like to know what additional feature that you would like us to install while we're kind of fixing the damage from your earlier adventures. So out of game, you guys did get a chance to pick up a enhancement to your ship. I know you guys have talked about it a little bit, but I'm not sure if you could come to a decision with that.
I don't think we did. I do think after the previous experience, perhaps we need a reinforcement to it to make it more resilient so that it isn't taken out by incidental damage in the middle of a fight, you know what I mean?
Either that or
I'm still
more speed.
favoring the
Tidal wave got really close to us.
both true. I'm still favoring the ironwood plating for AC over the 50 HP.
And you guys, I don't know which way you came for it. I'd have to look at the number, but you've got X amount of dragon scales too.
Right.
That could be used for both the reinforcement and the HP bump as well.
I mean, our biggest problem in that one fight was where the fireballs and the AC wouldn't help against that.
Yeah.
But I have written down that the Dragon Scale armor would increase the AC by 5, the HP by 50, and give 15 resistance to lightning damage. So if we didn't have any other plans for the Dragon Scale, I think that would be pretty cool. The downside being that we'll be sailing on the ocean clad in Dragon Scales, and we have somebody who might not be too happy about that.
I think they're going to come after us no matter what we do.
Fair enough.
What of the pieces I forgot? I think Wisteria learned last time when you learned about. Oh, I forgot one of the things from the recap too. You got to finally meet the dragon who hates your guts, and you learned that he was kind of part of the Draconic Sovereignty, and then he's low ranked. So one of the things I think it was either Wisteria or G found is that if you could talk to a higher ranking one and convince them to lay off, that's possible. Would they listen with your ship decked out in dragon scales? Who knows?
It's to honor. It's to honor the dragon.
It was either on our ship or at the bottom of the ocean. So
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like they would want the body memorialized and given back with a hoard of treasure, rather than plastered onto a ship that looks like it's burning half the time.
yeah.
Now, that said, a ship covered in dragon scales and looking like it's on fire most of the time is still very badass.
it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Look, having a dragon angry at us is bad, but we can not have a ship covered in dragon scales any day of our lives. There's a good chance to have a ship covered in dragon scales.
I like
Might
the
not
way
get
you
another
think.
one.
He makes a really good point.
I thought that was going to go in an entire different direction. I'm so off guard. It's like, but we need to have a relationship with these dragons so we don't get. No, we could have. My goodness,
Well, we have, I don't know, a NAR connection maybe that we can pull. I don't know who else is in the sovereignty, but if any one of them are favorable to NAR.
Nar was the first god to bless the dragons, so there are some. That could be a way in.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose we could just sell the dragon scales and get a whole bunch of money.
Wait, no, we should not do. We could make dragon hide, like the material out of it, and then one of us could make shield or armor or weapons. Like,
Right.
there's a lot we could do.
My first inclination was like, we gotta get Jeet a dragon scale shield, but then
That's
you were
what I
talking about how
thought.
you're not really gonna use a shield anymore, so
Yeah,
you could get dragon scale armor though, probably.
for a bit. Yeah, and then Tegan, you said for learning Gesh, the ritual, what do we need? Like, what can we learn it from? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you guys would be able to learn it from the dragon mark, so it just takes a week of downtime to learn.
Okay, we don't need the scales themselves for learning.
Oh no, yeah, you don't need the scales themselves. You guys were able
Okay.
to observe the mark and kind of see how it interacted with those pirates.
Right.
So, yeah, we could do that, but honestly, I'm down to put it on the ship. Just enforce it. We'll find other material later on. We'll find mithril or whatever to put on our ship afterwards. But for now, let's just do it.
I think we should do it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
All right. So that's just using your dragon skills. You still have one more that you could add on. So the dragon skills will get you both the structural reinforcement and the ironwood, but dragon scale plating. But you get one other thing that you could add on.
Oh, I see. Right. Hold on. I thought it was just a matter of getting them to do it for us. Hold on. Let me look at the options.
As someone who likes to do crafting now and then, I'm looking at the forge.
The forge would probably be a good choice on that side.
I'm down. I don't have any other particular
Most of the
things I
party
can-
does crafting.
Yeah, and it gives us a little bit of bonus damage as well.
Physical attack rolls includes ranged attack rolls, right?
Yep.
Oh.
Go for it, man. I don't have
I
anything.
like that.
I'm yearning for to put on the ship.
Wisteria, are you strongly set on? Is your heart set on the move speed bonus?
No. 4 sounds great.
Okay.
Does the dragon scale come up with any move speed bonus? Okay, it's just the armor and HP.
Armor HP does give you an extra piece of extra point of AC, as well as I think it had 15 resistance to lightning.
Okay.
That's what
Nice.
I've written down.
I just had the most vivid image in my head of Jeep trying to forge something and each strike on the anvil, making the fires that form on the ship like bray out and the scales that are on there spawn.
The Balancing Act will be a very distinct ship after this. Burning Prow, dragon scale armor, like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I missed it.
Hold on, there was something I wanted. Oh yeah, I was gonna say also dealing with lightning in like some sort of storm, perhaps. Classic,
Yeah.
classic
Oh.
adventure nonsense, right?
Yeah.
So dealing with
Yeah.
lightning is
Sure.
likely to come up, I think.
Yes.
I'm so glad you thought of that. I was like, everyone throws fire. How often are we going to come across enemies that throw lightning? And then you said it that the most common elemental damage type a ship takes is lightning. Oh yes, it'll be thunderstorm proof.
Perfect. So it sounds like you guys are going with the dragon scale upgrades and the forge. And if you guys do get more gold before Reclamation Day, you can add other, because some of them aren't too expensive as well. So in case you wanted to add anything, the only other one I may say be a good choice is either the speed one, because that'll also help you with like your traveling places, or the quick load mechanism, because you guys are always like having trouble reloading those things. So
Yeah.
either one of those would be good, and I think they're both not too crazy on the price. But yeah, so Lucille will kind of look down and kind of see her jotting down her notes. She goes, "Oh, dragons. Okay. May I ask how you acquired this?"
Oh, yes, you may, ma'am. And we montage through 15 minutes of Will telling this story in the most dramatic fashion possible.
Give me your choice of performance or diplomacy.
Oh boy, here we go. I'm very good at diplomacy.
You see, she nods, like engaged the whole time. You're kind of watching. You see, like she tries to keep like the professional decor, but you do see smiles at certain places, gasp at others when the dramatic pieces happen. Kind of exclaims when the end, when an arrow goes through the dragon's eye, and she goes, "Well, that is quite the tale. I'll be sure that the others in this camp know of your bravery. I mean, there's not many that would be willing to stand against dragons, and even young ones. This is quite the accomplishment for you all."
Just another one in our long list.
What did you guys see her give a nod? Well, that is good to hear. But we will make sure that we get these installed onto your ship. It will take some time for us to get this going, but for now, we'll and you can see her escort. She escorts you back, kind of outside the war camp, into more kind of like this mercenary area, kind of on the opposite side of where you saw the Adamantium Renegades training with some of their recruits. As you lead you to a row of tents, these will be for you along with your followers. You are able to use these for your own ends. While you are here, if you ever do need to craft something, our blacksmith and forges, as well as our alchemy labs, are available to you for no charge at all. The Duke wants to make sure that everybody is well equipped and well prepared. The other thing that he instructed me to give you a heads up on are some of our key dates that we'll need to be aware of. The biggest being that we are going to be reclaiming our homeland quite soon. We are going to be taking it back on the 29th of Matan. So make sure that you have your troops ready to go, balancing act ready to sail, and you yourselves are ready to fight and help us reclaim our homeland. Before that, though, on the 14th, we have been invited to the diplomatic summit. We're hoping to utilize that to bring more resources and allies to bear when we aim out for Reclamation Day. You all have been invited as well as the Adamantium Renegades and Velnu to help kind of round out our diplomatic efforts. And then finally, as the Duke has already let you know, on the 5th of Matan will be the Infiltration Day. So just make sure you're prepared for these dates. And if there's anything that I can do while you're here, let me know. I am one of the Duke's aides and help him with operations and make sure that things are flowing as they should.
What is this spelling? This person's name?
Lecile.
Okay. It is good to see such an organized force, all fighting for the same cause. In his mind, he's just thinking about the various disorganized forces fighting for the Civil War in Ontario.
You see, she smiles and goes, "It was dark times for a while, but the Duke survived. He recovered from his injuries. And even without the Baron commanding us, honestly, I feel more safe in the Duke's hands. So we will reclaim our homeland. We will push the despotic forces of Taish off our land. And then maybe then we'll share a drink on Kata. But I'll leave you all to settle into your camps and get ready to... one other thing too, the Duke does have a strategy session each morning at the crack of dawn. He encourages at least one of you to attend and learn what the strategy is for the day. But with that said, welcome into glory that will come soon time. And with that, she leaves you, and you guys kind of see a row of tents that are organized around. You see there are spots enough for you all, your followers, to kind of like steady it, at least for this couple of weeks while you're waiting for the balancing act to both be repaired and enhanced. Before you guys kind of hit or kind of settle down for the night, is there anything that you all want to do?
Nothing I can think of. I do. How much time is it until those 2 dates that you mentioned?
So pretty much about a month to the Reclamation Day, about a month. And then 2 weeks before that is their public gala, and a week before that is the Infiltration.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh, and this is all in the Campaign 2 Discord thread, so you'll see those dates and some other pieces too. Perfect.
I don't have anything.
One thing that does happen... Oh, go ahead, Jake.
No, Jeet is just setting up, coordinating the setup of the camps for our whole faction. That's all.
And Wisteria will mention that she will definitely attend every one of those strategy meetings. Anyone is welcome to join her, but she will have her notes updated with all the relevant information as usual. So you won't be missing much, since everybody reads all of her notes.
Wisteria can go in my stead. Thank you.
Will go to like 1/3 of them.
Well, as you all settle down for the night, one thing does occur. You see kind of like this flicker of flame kind of materialize in front of the group tent, and then you start to see it take shape, and you see kind of the crimson or faded crimson dragon scales of Melissa kind of form in, and Melissa is the kind of the head monk or the grand master for the Burning Dragon Monastery that you guys got to meet months ago in game time and months ago in real time too. Actually, now that I think about it, but you do see Melissa take shape. Is probably too literal of a term. You see her kind of appear. You see kind of a flickering fire around her, but you can see through her. It almost seems like a projection of Melissa that kind of comes into being as she does look around at the party, and then kind of spotting Jeet kind of gives a low, not super low, but definitely a nice, welcoming bow as she sees it and goes, "Agni Jeet, it's good to see you well."
Melissa, it is unexpected and good to see you. Has there been word on the monk's mission?
Unfortunately, I didn't come with good news, but no news on that side yet. So far, at least out of the warring factions, General Thrax has organized a party that is headed to Mechas to try to secure one of the souls, but the other of the factions have not committed resources yet. So we've sent some of our monks along with some of the Flame Keepers along with Thrax to hopefully help him secure one piece as we would try to bring our glorious Emperor back.
Any word about the expedition to Ada? I'm so sorry. You came here with message yourself.
She kind of nods and goes, well, I felt I owed it to you to convey this. Olga has gone missing. There was a storm earlier this week. Terrible winds, crashing lightning. And one of our sentries saw Olga kind of wandering off within the storm. The sentry tried to stop him, but was not able to. We've searched kind of around the surrounding areas to try to see if we could find him. But so far, we've found no trace of him.
Just as a reminder, Olga is the little kid.
Yeah, from our
Okay.
very first couple of sessions. This, he looks behind to see, I assume, Mockery's like stricken face, and then he turns to Melissa and says, thank you for informing us. If there is anything we can do on our side, we will. We have networks who could keep an eye out for him. Though I do wonder if a child touched by gods was maybe perhaps, I don't know, going towards his calling. Best case scenario, I would like to hope so.
You see kind of Melissa like give like a rare bit of surprise, at least from Jeet's perspective. And you kind of see her lean in and she goes, I was not aware that the child was touched by the gods. Who did he owe his blessing to?
And I think both Jeet and I don't quite remember. But he had the mark on his
Sansa.
forehead.
Out of character, Sansa.
Sanda, yeah. So,
Oh, have I been mispronouncing his name the entire time?
I don't. This is the first time I heard you with a different pronunciation, so maybe I may have missed it. But yeah, so you guys did learn from his mother that he is the child of Sanda, the god of thunder.
So, Mockery, could that also be in character?
Oh, absolutely. Mockery will tilt his head forwards, bow it slightly, and say, Sansa. I just choked on my own voice, though. Let me give that another go. My bad. Sansa. It was Sansa.
Then maybe he was being called. I apologize. I did not realize I didn't let you know. I know when we sent him to monastery, we had just learned about it, and I should have updated you. My apologies. And he bows. He says, maybe definitely keep an eye out, but maybe you don't have to worry about him as much as you've had to so far.
You do see kind of a bit of relief across her face. He goes, what if he is the son of Sanda? The Stormfather has many offspring, and he likes to call upon them when he feels the times are turbulent, shall we say. We will still be looking out for him. He's part of the Burning Dragon Monastery. He's part of our flock, so we'll see if we can find him. But I wanted to make sure that you all knew, since he came to us on your recommendation.
Again, I thank you. And again, pardon my curiosity, but is there any word from the First Flame?
The First Flame has made his expedition out. We've not made contact with him. You kind of see her look, kind of almost like looking behind herself, and she goes, we expect that he should be making landfall within this week. And as a reminder, too, for the crew, the First Flame, along with some soldiers that Thrax could spare, we're going to try to team Ada with the kind of the undead making a threat there. Thrax wasn't happy that they had decided to attack Eteria during the Civil War and the confusion, so he sent kind of as much of his forces as he could spare while in the midst of a civil war, along with the Flame Keepers, to go and see what they could do.
then I shall send a special prayer for him and when he makes landfall. Thank you, Louisa.
You see, she gives a nod and goes, he was most eager to not be involved in the Civil War, so even though he pledged himself to Thrax, he'd much rather fight the undead than fight fellow Altarians. So I feel we'll have good news to hear from him as soon as he can bring the Nara's might to bear. But she gives a kind of another small bow and goes, that's all I wanted to tell you. I'm glad that you all are well and you've made it out of Eteria. I would stay away from Eteria for a while, but go do glorious deeds, bring honor to your name, and maybe one day we'll see you again on our home sands. And then you give one kind of final bow, and then you see kind of a flicker of flame, and the astral presence fades.
Mockery looks.
Mockery.
Yeah, Mockery looks very nervous. He looks more than a little scared, and you see him kind of clutch at his sword a little bit, not in a aggressive way, but more as holding it like a teddy bear kind of way. So you see him considering some things. But he doesn't speak at all, not yet.
Dinner then by the campfire. Let's go.
What's it, G?
Oh, nothing. He was just concluding the scene. He said, "Let's go have dinner by the campfire."
Would a B squad have overheard any of this? As if Darius found out about this, he might be interested in doing some things, but we can save that for another time with the B squad.
Yeah, I mean the B squad. I mean would be kind of around. It's not people in their tents. It's kind of a night with a lot of the gavels busting around, getting settled in.
Yeah, so Tendarius would probably, after Melissa leaves, come up to Jeet and say, I haven't met the child that she's spoken of, but he seems important to you, kind of gesturing to Mockery. I understand we have some time before the next mission. With your permission, I'd like to spend the week traveling around Thessia to see if I can find any news of this storm or this child. I've had some dealings with Sanda in the past, not pleasant ones. And if I can protect a child from a dire fate at Sanda's hand, one that you all seem to care about, I think it would be a good use of my time.
Yes, he is a capable and spirited child, but he is still very young to have been called right now. And so any aid that you can send his way, however indirectly, any information that you can gather that could aid him indirectly, that would be appreciated.
I'll do my best.
So you could definitely have Tendarius kind of try to look out for word for Olga. You wouldn't be able to try. You wouldn't probably be able to get too far from the island you're on, but you could definitely try to see if you could send notes or letters and kind of see if you can try to gather news reports, and see if there's anything you can find on that side.
Yeah, maybe make use of the aviary from the ship to send letters out and stuff. But yeah, he'd probably also start by looking for reports of storms in the area and tracking the routes of storms to see if maybe it came from someplace going to near the Burning Dragon Monastery or anything else that can kind of give some clues as to what Sanda might have planned for Olga. Yeah.
Perfect. With this being a B squad, I'm not going to have you roll for it. You were able to find out some pieces of information for it. The storm that hit the monastery, you're able to kind of, especially he's got contacts within the Stormfist school that may still answer his notes. It appeared. It's definitely a godly storm. There was no weather routes. There was no tracking. There was no progression. It appeared over the Burning Dragon Monastery and disappeared over the Dragon Monastery. It's something that kind of came left and went definitely with divine or godly magic. Storms like that haven't really popped up since, though. At least in the last few weeks, this is really the only occurrence that has really taken place with it. And so far, your contacts have not seen any mention of Olga, any mention of overt Sanda miracles or divine power. Perfect. All right. Well, with that, you guys are able to kind of get some sleep and start your week of downtime. So you guys do have kind of a week to spend. You can spend it on your usual downtime activities. You have an infiltration going up. There are some infiltration pieces that will be infiltration downtimes you could do to help kind of make it easier for you guys as you make your way onto the island of Kata and try to rescue the Duchess. As well as, too, this is kind of a good spot to go over some of the new recruiting pieces. Well, the new recruiting as well as the war resources piece, we'll say. So I posted this all into campaign 2, but to highlight a few pieces, your as well as the Kata resources will come into bear pretty often throughout the war. So with this, there will be kind of your strength as well as the Kata strength will be denoted by D10s. Currently, kind of in Wisteria, you probably get this in-game terms during one of your strategy meetings you're attending with the Duke. But currently, Allied forces sit at about 5 D10 strength. Taish forces are at 12 D10. So a little over twice as many troops, or twice as many, or either twice as many troops, or just more qualified, stronger troops. Especially when you're fighting giants and monsters, it's definitely one of those things that it's hard to train people up quickly to match. But one of the things is you guys are able to begin enhancing the Gavel's strength with this. So we've made a few changes to recruiting. Before, where if somebody spent a week of their downtime recruiting, it used to be kind of a 1-to-1 piece. You will now be able to roll a D8 on a success, D8 plus 3 on a crit success. If you get 16 new troops, they'll be able to add an 8th to the Gavel's current strength, 8th of a D10, which is currently sitting on a quarter of a D10. You could also train your recruits, if you get 16 of them as well, into troops. So we're using some of the new NPC core troops along with a custom one, so you could train them into line infantry, phalanx formation, as well as an arquebus line. So you guys can go do that to kind of help bolster your strengths ahead of Reclamation Day, which is about a month out. But I'll pause there, see what questions you guys have.
How many red shirts do we have currently?
Let me check. I believe 7. Because between the officers and the B squad, you've got 11. Yes. Oh, 6. Sorry. 6. You got 6.
Oh yeah, because Grayson.
Yeah.
So we would need to recruit 10 before we can train into one of those troop types.
Exactly.
How many times can we recruit? Just one time in a...
Oh, no, so you guys, if you all wanted to spend your whole downtime recruiting, you guys could do it 5 times plus your faction time if you wanted to as well.
I might have another idea that I want to do this week, so maybe I'll recruit later. Probably will later, but for now I have something else in mind. For this particular week, at least.
And how much money did we have from our wreckage? Flotsam.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if I ever added.
Yeah.
Because outside of the dragon scales, we caught some treasure when we visited that ship coming out of the ocean. The wreckage,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Remember? I don't think I added that ever.
250 each.
Oh, then maybe I did add it because I was looking like I'm at 260. Okay, cool.
I'm at 253, and having 3 gold left after the last time we bought stuff makes sense. That might not be correct. I'm trying to see if I have anywhere in my notes this specific number.
Yeah, I think then I did add it. Yeah, 250. Cool.
We found 1,000 gold coins in the ship, so that would have been 200 each.
Okay.
Unless there is gold from somewhere else for that extra 50, but
Oh, that was it, I think.
You guys got so I think there was like 200 from the Wyvern's pouch or the Wyvern Rider's pouch. So
Okay.
250 sounds right, I think.
Now I have to decide whether I added that already. I don't remember. I have a lot of. I have a decent chunk.
Paper trail. I know, that's how I am too.
I have 353 gold, so I'm like, maybe. Probably.
I think you did. I think you bought a lot of stuff before you left last time too.
Yeah, probably. So that's probably includes it.
Okay. I'm gonna add a ledger tab to my notes to keep track of future gold income.
Smart.
I mean, Wisteria would have been doing that already. I just haven't.
Yeah, I'll start tracking it. So I usually do that for an older character. Okay, for the infiltration preparation of Tegan, what options do we have? Like, because we're so far from the location, I assume scout location is not viable as a preparation.
Definitely. So scout location, bribe contact, both not really viable just due to being so far away. The other ones, I think I put this into, so if you get creative with it, it sounds reasonable, creative and reasonable, I'll say. We can make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would like to do some religion-based research to figure out for the giants, like, what are the gods that they abide by and what are their religious practices and rituals. So maybe if there's any stuff that comes up deception-wise.
The thing I was planning on doing is like the gossip, like gathering information. I wanted to basically hold on. One of the downtime options is gossip, and I was thinking speaking to the refugees would be a perfect way to do that. Just like gathering information from the people who escaped the place, so that I can learn more about like what's going on over there, like where certain troops are located, or other things that might be useful information. I don't know where their supply lines are, where they're storing things. I don't know, that kind of stuff. If I do that, this is me speaking to everybody. If I do that, it's probably best for me to do this first because it gives a +2 circumstance bonus to everyone else's infiltration things if I crit.
In your infiltration, not for your downtime.
It says future checks you. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Future checks you attempt for preparation activities for this infiltration.
Oh, for preparation activities. Okay, nice.
That's if I crit.
Yeah.
But I mean, no crit.
I agree.
Jeet, for yours, if you want to kind of just find like more information, kind of the gods they worship and kind of where their religion stands, you don't need downtime. You can just do like a religion check on that side and put some information on that piece.
Sounds good.
Sorry, this one might be a stretch. So, but like, how far is the place to scout from where we are?
Oh, let me pull up my little map here.
And the reason I'm asking, so maybe you can just nix it right away, but I'm wondering if I could send Red the Hawk to potentially do it, or if that's too out of sorts.
Unfortunately, it'd be probably a little bit too far for them to reach, especially since you guys don't have telepathic communication, so you wouldn't be able to get the information back in time.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. In that case, I'll do recruitment for my actual downtime because I think it was something cool and cinematic, but it's not that cool or cinematic. This is Jeep forging things again, which I'm just going to buy this time around. But when the week ends, I will introduce it in a cinematic way.
I think forge it too, or you can even say even without forging downtime, you spend some time making it as well. So Will, I think you were the first one to clarify what you want to do. How does Will go about trying to get the refugee gossip?
You said that it was a somewhat I don't know the right word to use. It clearly looks like a refugee camp, and perhaps the people are in need of assistance. So I imagine they're being fed, correct?
They are being fed. I mean, it's not like a ton, but like as much as kind of the Duke can spare.
I would like to soup kitchen it up, and assist in like the aiding of those people who fled from the invading armies. And in the process, Will is just like getting to know people, sitting down with them sometimes to talk, and and via that getting information about the where did you run from, what kinds of things were attacking, do you know where there might be things hidden that the monsters might not know about? I don't know what. I'm not a military guy. I don't know what information I might find out in real life that would be useful, but that's what I'm able to come up with off the top of my head. Just trying to find out as much information I can about the situation there, from the people who just recently fled.
Give me a diplomacy check.
All right.
Nice. That may be a
What?
crit. I forgot to look up what you guys' new level thing is. I think that is a crit. Yeah. So you're able to go through, and these people, and you notice a number of different things when you kind of speak to these people. The way they're beaten, they're downtrodden, but they still have hope. A lot of them speak in kind of hushed tones about when they will be able to return to their homeland. But you see, as you bring out the food, kind of bring out Will's charm, you see some of their spirits lifting. And Thessians are known to like to talk. They're definitely a glass of wine and just spill everything type of people. And these people, with some good food, good warm food, that's not just kind of military style rations in their belly. They begin talking. You hear so many different stories about how people fled from the island, just kind of going through, and you're able to kind of discern and start picking out some of the actionable bits from, we were able to kind of make our escape from Kata utilizing this route. We were able to lead, and we found less. Well, the scouts weren't looking that way, or we were able to work with kind of hide within the sewers of this Kata proper, and we're able to avoid notice of the giants. And you're going to get able to kind of spend that week and get some good actionable data from those from the people that you can kind of start putting together for a little bit of an advantage that may assist you while you make your infiltration. So I think that is a crit success. Does that get you any additional points? Perfect. So you get the EP on that side that you're able to utilize, and then everybody else will get a +2 circumstance bonus while you guys, if you do anything that are related to infiltration checks. And the EP points or the edge points, for those who don't remember, will basically allow you to get a reroll in case you need it.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, from the information that Will has gotten, does it seem like there are many non-giants still in Kata? Because it's going to be difficult to mix in if there are only giants there.
Definitely. So you would hear kind of quite frequently from the refugees, especially the ones that are more recently arrived, that a lot of those who are still in, especially kind of like Kata, the city-state proper, have been kind of forced into labor by the giants. So there are still a lot of humanoids around, but they've been forced to build they're kind of working on the giants' new camp on the outside of Kata, forced to kind of, even within the city, efforts to enhance the walls and expand the city to make it giant livable. So there are still people there, but definitely most of what you're hearing from the refugees is that, actually, that's a crit. I'll give you that too. The only humanoids that you've seen that are kind of unfettered and treated not with respect per se, but at least equal access and able to go where they wish. There are Reavers of Tawa on the island as well. And they have been, you kind of hear from the refugees that they've been trading with the giants, bringing some of their captured spoils in return for gold and resources. So they're one of the few that have kind of unfettered access to the island.
Very nice. Will listens very sympathetically to the stories. The some of the stories are sad. Some of the stories are tales of heroism. Some of them are people tell all kinds of things. Like some of them are funny, and just really it's a montage of putting a hand on another person's hand, like, I'm terribly sorry you had to go through that, like yeah, I'm glad to have gotten, sorry, I've been typing notes, info from all the peoples. That's this is what Will loves to do, just connecting with the folks.
Perfect. So you guys have earned your first edge point, so make sure to keep track of those as you go through. I think Jeet, you were next. So how's Jeet going about recruiting?
Can you come back around to me after we restart the PC?
Okay, no worries. Wisteria, Belric, Mockery, what are you guys thinking of doing for your week?
For Mockery, so Mockery's able to recruit and Jeet's able to recruit as well, right?
Yeah, so you guys could spend the whole thing recruiting if you wanted to. There's no cap on that.
Got it. I
think
also have some drafts I need to get into Mockery soon.
I think one of us should also craft secure disguises, potentially, like Reavers of Tawa disguises, given the information we just got. I don't have a great crafting deception performance society role, but
I think Jeet is very squarely looking at Wisteria for this one.
I had other plans already, and now I can't decide between that or...
For now, good old Mockingbird here is gonna recruit some new troops for the Gavels.
Perfect. How does Mockery go about recruiting new troops?
So, to the rest of the Gavels, Mockery, especially after landing, after hearing what we need to do to get there, falling out of the sky, and hearing what happened to Oga, has been really quiet amongst the Gavels. So, suddenly, one day, he just kind of shows up less and less, but is seen more and more amongst the people as he is, quite frankly, giving his all and best to speak highly of the Gavels and to really put in that all hands on board, all hands on deck, trying to get everyone he can. He's not speaking of the infernal gods. He's speaking only good of each individual member of the Gavel. The head Gavels, B Squad, are what do we call the crew with that aren't red shirts, but we also don't take out too much?
I've been calling them the Gavel's officers because they have like their own functions, but they're not like they're leadership, but they're not leadership. If that makes sense. They're middle management, pretty much.
The Gavel's officers, and as established, Mockery knows the red shirts, so he'd even speak of some of their accomplishments. So I'd like, if possible, to roll diplomacy for this.
Go for it.
Yippee! Alright. Diplomacy. We're gonna use a hero point on that.
Do we still have 2 this session?
You do. So you'll have after this one. Sweet. Yeah. So that is a success on that side. So you are able to kind of woo some of the refugees, going over the valiant efforts of the Gavels, that are kind of showing the different levels of leadership and some of the heroic tales that have brought you all where you've been so far. Give me a D8 and see how many you are able to bring into the fold. Sweet.
Hey,
You get
average. I'll take it.
get 4 new Red Squad members and get them kind of outfitted into the Gavel side of the war camp and start kind of preparing them for the eventualities of what they'll be asked to do as new members of the Gavels of Avisara. And that bumps you up to 10 red shirts now.
Heck yeah.
nice.
Perfect. Balric, Wisteria. What do you guys think?
I can go.
Go for it.
I've got like this crazy, like this funny scene in my head. Like the camera pans in on like Balric who's passed out with like a Fessian IPA there, and then like Bear's head pokes out of like in the morning. His head pokes out of the tent, and he starts sniffing. And Bear. So the goal that we're gonna have during it is gonna be recruiting, but we want to have a little flavor to it and see if there's any Bruins of Fessia that are either refugees or that they can locate that they could potentially recruit.
Definitely. So how did Belric and Bear go about that?
I'm assuming there would be some here, so maybe Bear picks up a scent, and once he does, he kind of nudges Belric, and these are not well-kempt soldiers and folks, right? Like, these people live out in the nature with animals, so the smell probably takes them maybe even a little bit outside of camp to like somewhere that's just like a bonfire and a bunch of like sleep sacks everywhere, and Belric would kind of like cheerfully maybe like clap and just wake everybody up who's probably also hungover, because that's where he learned the lifestyle. And they would be like all excited to see each other, and Belric would kind of explain like, hey, these are the what we're doing, and we need to reclaim your lands, and we need you guys to fight for us.
Give me a diplomacy check, Belric.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Well, that was Bear. So hopefully Belric, I don't know if Belric has a bonus to it. So what's Belric's diplomacy bonus?
That's red. -1. Bear is more diplomat. That's why I was going with Bear. No, I'm just kidding. So I could use a hero point potentially here for Belric to reroll.
I would save it. Okay. But one of the things you do find some kind of the Bruins of Fessia, and like these are kind of like they look beat down. The two that you find, one of them is like definitely kind of like recovering from a pretty grievous looking wound. The other has almost a little bit of a shell shocked expression to his face. But they do like light up slightly as they see you, and they like. Well, they can't join you to fight. They do like share a few pieces of information with you, and you kind of see like this one that has like this wound. It looks like you can't tell like if he like was impaled by something or somebody took a bite out of him. You could just see kind of this bloody bandage on his side of this human male, and he looks up and goes, "Belric, it's good to see you, but it's been hard out here. Bruins, we were fighting for Kata. We've been stationed out in the forest outside the ruins, picking off them giants, picking off the monsters that came by, just kind of, fading in and out of the forest. Using the hero's blessings to protect us, as we do. We had one bad battle and we got separated from the crew. One of their wolves took a bite out of me, nearly tore half my side out. Would have died if the captain didn't use some of his healing on me. But we had to hole up for a bit for me to rest, and the other crew had to keep on kind of with their scouting and guerrilla tactics. We tried to meet up with them, but couldn't find them and just made our way off the island. But if you go out there, by hero's grace, I hope they're still out that forest and still taking the fight to them giants."
Is there? Well, it's guerrilla warfare. They wouldn't know the whereabouts, so he would just say like, "I, my brother, yes. You heal up well. Come to my tent later if I can provide any additional healing to these wounds. I've learned a little since last seeing you a year ago."
You kind of goes, I'll take you up on that, and I'm sure you've got some drink to share as well.
He would lean over to Bear and then just like pull the keg off a bear's collar and just like pour one and then hand it over, and then I think you would head maybe closer to the refugee camp to try and finish out the recruiting.
Perfect. Yeah, so you were able to kind of reconnect with them, and I just realized I accidentally deleted it, but I reposted it, the map of Kata. So if you look at that kind of in the northeast, the left side of the map, northern left side of the map, there is kind of that forest region. You definitely kind of guess that's where, or that's where the Bruins are taking up the fight.
Cool. So that could be good information to have. Good. Okay. Outside of that, if I can, I would recruit. But if that's the information I can gather, I'm good with that too.
Oh, unfortunately, with that 11, Belric isn't really able to bring. Actually, how does Belric struggle with kind of bringing people onto the gathering?
You know what? I think like he would be trying to behave himself, and he wouldn't have like any alcohol-induced like charisma. So he would just be like very awkward, kind of approaching people, and a little bit withdrawn, and just like, hey, do you want to join this cause? Blah blah blah, and then just maybe Bear would also intimidate some folks, especially refugees around there. So, only other small thing I was looking to do, and I included this in my character thing, but I was just looking for if I could get I was looking to purchase an explosive ammunition for 130 GP, and then I was hoping to get a formula for lesser life shot. That'll be 180 between the two for alchemical crafting.
Definitely, both of those are easily able to be found in kind of some of the merchant tents surrounding kind of the war camp. Just let me look up. I forgot how much formula prices are. What level is that one?
Level 9 for explosive ammunition. It's so cool. It's a fireball.
Oh yeah. Do you want to like learn the formula for explosive ammunition too? Yeah, I'm mute. Looks like it's all sound like yes on that one. Okay.
That is so cool, and I did not realize there was explosive ammo.
Yeah, it's a little expensive, but if you can craft it, you can kind of bring some of the prices lower. So for level 9 formula, that's 35 GP. I forgot what the life elixir is. If it's level 9, that's 30. I can Google that real quick.
Lesser life shot is level 6.
Oh, perfect. So that's only like 13 GP to learn. Perfect. Yes, 35 and 13. So yeah, you were able to kind of go through, kind of interact with some of those merchants, pick up the formulas for those, as well as if you wanted to buy one of the ammunition shots as well. So at least you've got one of those explosive shots before you can get some downtime to craft some more. Perfect. Wisteria Jeet. Who wants to go next?
I can go. So first, I'm gonna buy a repeating hand crossbow and the ammunition for it, so that I can make use of that while in a glider when the killer mission comes. And then, as I said, I'm gonna attend every strategy planning meeting during the course of this downtime, and partially through that strategy meeting, but also for the rest of my downtime, I'm going to be interviewing different people and trying to get as much information about the giants, not just how they fight or what their capabilities are, but also like their culture, their history, where they come from. And I'd like to use my downtime to retrain Ateria lore into Children of Tish lore, if that sounds good to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Neat.
Yeah, so you're able to. One of the things you'll notice as well, even kind of like an exile or kind of pushed out of his homelands, the Duke is maintaining a pretty well documented account of both his interactions with the invaders from Taish, as well as just kind of their background, their culture. There's definitely a lot of information that you can kind of be pointed towards to kind of start building up your knowledge and repertoire around these people.
I'll read all that, make copies of it, have flyers that I distribute to the members of the Gavel, and just spread as much knowledge of our upcoming enemy as possible.
Perfect. All right. Last but not least, Jeet, what are you doing?
Yeah, Jeet was spending some time in camp just like figuring out what he's going to say to recruit people and how he's going to approach it. And then over the first day, he keeps hearing all this new information that Will is bringing in about these people, and then the Reavers of Tawa being there, and Wisteria's like, yeah, I know what they wear. It's like, okay, fine. We're switching gears. I'll make the disguises. I'll try and make some disguises instead. So I will attempt to craft the disguises, try to do secure disguises using crafting based off of sketches that Wisteria has drawn.
Perfect.
All right, here we go. That's a hero point.
Ooh.
Better.
You try to, you spend the week like going through and trying to kind of match the sketches that Wisteria drew, and you're not sure if it's just due to your talents, or just maybe not the sketches just may be a little less detailed than you'd like, whichever way you go with it. But unfortunately, you kind of look at them and you realize that these aren't really going to work, or these aren't going to help you kind of fool the Reavers or fool the Giants into thinking that you're Reavers.
Yeah, fair. At the end of the week, he proudly brings them up in all of our different sizes and holds it up to Wisteria, and she has to break the news to him.
You sure you read all of my instructions on how to properly assemble the specimens? I feel like I couldn't have been more clear.
Wait, what if I do this? I am for the one that I prepared for myself, and I had selected this spell for our infiltration right before. What if I cast this, Tegan? How much of a difference does resound?
Oh, sorry. I kind of my brain turned off for a second. Does the circumstance bonus that I gained from the gossip make a difference?
It does not.
Okay, I didn't think so.
22. Yes, thank you.
Let's see. Yeah,
It's unlimited duration.
You could definitely. It won't give you an EP point, but if you want to
Yeah.
restyle it, when you go into there, you could definitely give yourself that disguise. Can you do it for other people too? Yeah, rage touch. So yeah, you could spend if you put in how many slots you got, you could spend and touch everybody on that side.
Yeah, so I think, but at the end of the day, it's just me. But what I'll do is I'll prepare it for the next day when we have to go into infiltration for 3 more people, so we can have 3 proper disguises.
Perfect.
So you're just going to be wearing a Reaver of Tau outfit for the last day or two while walking around?
Should I? No, this is just...
I can just tell people you're with me.
I'm with her. All right. Oh, man. This time, for this infiltration in particular, I am so happy that I'm a prepared caster, because I just fully changed up my whole spell list for infiltration, and this is some good shit. I can't wait to show it off to you guys.
Perfect. Well, you guys, so you could do 4, 3 including or 3 plus yourself, right?
Yeah, I mean, I could also do second ranked slots if I really wanted. What do you guys think? Should we all go in as a group?
I'll go in disguised as Reavers.
Reavers of Power, since they have the most access. Does that help? Because I assume laborers is easy to change into.
Yeah. I mean, I see no reason not to. Clearly, we're going to have to go loud at some point, probably. But, I mean, it couldn't hurt to start off disguised as Reavers of Tawa, I think.
The one thing I will say though, for everybody but Wisteria, and Will has an option too. The Reavers are mostly orcs and hobgoblins.
Ah, yes.
So Will has an option on that side, but the rest of you guys, you'd be wearing Reaver clothing.
Well,
You can
half
definitely
orc, right?
disguises, trying to like make it like look like your orcs, but
We
Cover
have a
your
half
face
among us, right?
in some like
so
pond
Wisteria's
scum.
fine.
Oh,
Wisteria.
yes, yes.
Wisteria.
Yeah, get some pond scum, just rub it on your face. You'll look green from far away.
Okay. So Wisteria and Mockery are our captors, or the people that the rest of us are maybe attending to or are being forced around.
Well, Mockery's a gnoll. A tiefling infernal touch. No.
I gotta. How
All right.
what's the duration
Yeah, Mockery's
on
gonna
my
be really
scarf?
hard to disguise.
Ooh, all right, Wisteria, how do you feel like?
1 hour.
How do you feel about being all of our?
Well, yeah, that's why Mockery wouldn't need to be disguised if he was our captor. Oh yeah, I guess he would. More so than anyone, right? Yeah. Okay, sorry.
It's one of those things. Could you pass Mockery off as a just monster,
That's what I was.
or is it too obvious that he is like clearly infernal? Honestly, I personally am more towards the edge of like, Tegan, there's like the monsters know the difference between their own and a infernal being, right? Or something
Yeah.
corrupted with infernal like magics, right?
I think you guys did like somebody did recall knowledge on this too. The monsters range from both like intelligent as humans to kind of more bestial in nature and intelligence. So definitely the ones that kind of have more close to humanoid intelligence would definitely be able to tell their kind of the difference between. Unless you have a really good disguise, Jack.
Nah, I feel like Mockery's gonna be one of the captured.
Okay, then I'll just prepare the one casting of restyle for Wisteria.
And Will has a scarf too. I think that lasts for like an hour or two.
Yes, it lasts 1 hour, and I can cast it twice a day.
I'll do two then. I'll do both of you.
Well, the scarf he doesn't need it. Like changes.
Yeah, I can
all.
just look. Yeah,
Yeah.
it changes my clothes too.
Oh, nice. Okay, so then just one casting.
All right. Well, because Wisteria doesn't have. She wears like robes from the Moklin Institute of Technology, along with her leather armor. So, other than her species, does not look like a Reaver reptile at all. So this spell would help. Well, I do have a disguise kit, but I guess that's what the secure disguises are older than 4. Yeah, I think I trust myself and Will's lying capabilities enough to get us in there. And maybe we can get like some manacles or chains to make the rest of you look like prisoners.
I have had several sets of manacles in my inventory almost
I knew
this whole
somebody
game.
bought them. I knew
I
some-
bought them in session 1.
I didn't know it was that long ago, but I remember somebody buying them.
I have 3 sets of poor manacles.
But those are good ones. Those are easy to break out for you at this level now. So you can even fasten them securely and just hulk out. Perfect. So the last thing is you guys do have a faction downtime to spend. So you could spend that on trying to get another EP for the infiltration, recruit more soldiers. It's up to you guys. Same thing as we've done before with the faction downtimes. You need 2 out of 3 successes for kind of whatever you're aiming to do. Any of the faction members can contribute as well.
And so far we have one EP. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay, let's say one more EP. Is probably better.
Yeah, but what are they going to be doing? Let's see. What are they going to do?
Maybe they can make the laborer disguises.
It's not a bad idea. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good idea. The only other one I can think of is gaining a contact, but that's too complex, I think, for the lower level people. I think not complex, but like too difficult, I think. Like you need a really do some sleuthing and espionage to gain a contact in a foreign nation when you can't physically go there. So yeah, I mean, I'm down to have them make us some peasant disguises for us.
I'm okay with the gain of contact as well. Like if they talk to their refugees, they're like, oh, you can talk to my cousin who's still in Kata, and he'll show you the passageway, something like that.
I hadn't thought of that method. I hadn't thought of that.
Perfect. Up to you guys.
It would be nice to have a contact there.
Yeah.
Somebody we can head towards and like know is going to be on our side. What do you any objections to that?
Sounds good to me.
Cool. Let's have them try to gain a contact. But we have to have a specific NPC rolling the die, correct?
You do. It could be anybody from your B squad or the Gavel's followers.
Let me take a look at who is available.
Looking at society or diplomacy.
I think Rodin is very good at society. I mean, for the B squad anyway.
Tindarius has like no skills.
Yeah, Rodin is proficient in almost every skill.
Yeah, that's what I'm used to.
So, what's his diplomacy score?
Well, his society score is +10. His diplomacy is +6.
Oh,
You said it
okay,
would be society or diplomacy?
What do we think of Marson being our diplomacy person with a +14?
Yes.
And the +2 that you can give with gossip?
Yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, that would probably be the best option, to have Marson do a little bit of a connection making. All right. Any one of us can just like click on his numbers and it will roll it, right?
Yeah, you guys should all be able to roll for him.
Cool. And I am adding a +2 circumstance bonus from my thingy.
If anyone can use gossip, it's Marson.
Yeah. I believe in you, Marson.
Perfect. You got
Pretty
your
good.
first success, Marson, kind of going through the refugee camps and kind of just between Will's soup kitchens and bringing out the people. He sings some songs and tries to find those who look like they have just a little bit of information to share. He starts to kind of form the nebulous bits of a potential contact that the Gavels may be able to reach out to. So you got 1 success out of the 2 needed with 2 additional attempts left. What do you guys do next?
Rodan, is it time for Rodan to shine?
Sure. So it should be pretty good. Hold on. I have pulled up Marson stuff. Okay. And he's now they're all attempting the same thing, correct? Like it's like a 2 out of 3 to get the single thing that we want.
Definitely. So you can kind of work on Rodan can work on kind of what Marson's looking to do on that side. Remember, the faction's always kind of a group check.
Gotcha. So yeah, Rodin has experience in the Navy, and so he would probably be first of all making connections with sailors, but also just like using his knowledge about sailing to try to like I don't know, maybe learn about. Oh wait, no, we were having them. Oh no, wait, no. Yeah. So making contact with sailors. Hey, no, who knows? So yeah, there we go. Oh, I said there we go. There we go. All right. What do you think the odds are of him using Pursue a Lead are? It wouldn't stack with the circumstance bonus that I'm giving him anyway, so never mind.
It wouldn't, yeah.
Ooh, not bad.
Solid, yeah. Rodin's able to utilize some of the information that Marston found, along with kind of networking with the sailors, to find a potential contact within the city of Kata. One of the laborers who's been kind of left in there, that's been given a little bit of extra authority to be able to move around, that may be able to bring some assistance to bear while you make your infiltration, and earning you your second EP point.
Yay.
Perfect. One of the things you guys notice as you're kind of going through the week is the tale of the Gavels is spread pretty well. You've seen coming in with the burning ship and convincing Lucille of your prowess. You're starting to see a lot of people kind of watching you, both some with kind of a sense of awe, many with a bit of apprehension, especially when they see the symbols upon Mockery's forehead and Will and Wisteria's tongue. But definitely notice. People are taking note of the Gavels, kind of watching through. You see people, some will come up and introduce themselves, others just seem to be kind of hanging back and just keeping an eye on the Gavels.
Interesting. And so, I mean, I guess we would certainly notice this, yes? I mean, obviously, you wouldn't have told us if we didn't notice it. I think Will would just give a cheeky, like, nod to some of the people watching us every once in a while. Just like, hey, I see you watching us. Aren't we cool?
Will, give me a sense motive check.
Oh, boy. Sense motive.
You kind of see some of these people's passerbys, like some of their body language, just kept, some trying to stay as far away as you can. Some seem to be fairly intrigued with you. One guy, though, you see he's got kind of like this mercenary get-up on, rifle on his back, this kind of like lightning bolt kind of crossed with a shield on his chest. And you see like kind of his body language looks evaluating, almost analyzing. And you see him multiple times kind of watching the Gavels camp.
I don't like that. Stop. What would I do about that? What would Will do about that, if anything? Y'all notice that somebody's been looking at us a little strangely recently?
Oh,
We'll look now.
If he's interested in the gavel, I have a whole our chronicle. I could share a copy with him.
Yeah, perhaps the direct approach might be the best approach. Maybe just go talk to this person, find out why they're maybe they're a potential recruit. Who knows? Want to go talk to him?
Yes. The recruitment drives have gone relatively well too. There's some ups and downs, so if we can get more of a veteran, that'd be wondrous.
Yeah, perhaps that's the reason. I'm choosing to believe that's why he's watching us and following us around. So let's go see what this person wants. So I guess Will would walk straight up to this person that's been sort of like clearly keeping an eye on us, and just as he approaches, just quickly bow to this person. It's like, "Good afternoon, friend. You may or may not have heard, but I'm known as you know what? You can call me Will, of the Gavel of Eva Sarah. I've noticed that you've been sort of keeping an eye on us. It seems like, were you interested in joining the cause?"
Join the cause, what? I'm just out here just walking around. I ain't looking at your way. I'm just doing my thing.
Ah, interesting. So forgive me, I must have misinterpreted an errant glance. Sorry about that.
Aaron, glad you putting on the airs on me?
No, sorry. no disrespect intended. I just thought that you were watching us. It must have been my mistake. Forgive me. I would bow to him once again, and as I'm walking away, I just like whisper over to whoever happened to come with me. Yeah, that guy was definitely watching us.
Do I recognize the symbol? You said it was a lightning bolt on a shield.
Give me a society check.
Secret or?
How you roll, Bubba?
If not for our employer's direct instructions, I would have gone back round to ask for more information. But he said no brawlers and not to cause trouble.
So you have definitely heard of this symbol. They're pretty small time. Probably read up on them as you kind of made your way towards Bessia. They are the Mystios. They're a group of hunters. They're kind of a mix between a mercenary company and a company of hunters. They typically fight monsters. And that's what they do throughout Fessia. They're kind of a group that's kind of sent to help patrol the streets and paid handsomely to do so. This group, you kind of see by the coloring on their patch, they're from like the Cotton Mystios branch. It looks like they've been displaced a little bit with the war.
As Will turns away, I'll say, surely words reach here of our leaders, or one of our leaders, Jeet, and his epic battle with the dragon turtle in the fight for peace. Have you ever killed anything so monstrous?
Oh, did you go back to the guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wisteria never left.
Okay. You kind of see him like, nobody cares. Like, you gabble, 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 gabble. And you guys see him, you know what? I got business. And he starts to head away.
I mean, he's apparently gabble. I've been watching this.
Mockery.
Hold on, my brain. I'm looking at. Let me look at my spells and see if I can have anything that can force this information out of him. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Not yet.
Mockery, having seen this from like the distance, still keeping an eye on the situation, is gonna try and tail this guy a little bit. Not enough to be stealthed, of course, but not enough to basically be like running up on him. You know, just trying to catch up a bit.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking of the same thing. Actually, rather than try to like mind control him or read his mind or anything like that, can I just turn invisible and follow him wherever he goes for the next 10 minutes? Just walk around behind a tent, disappear, and then sort of follow, see where he goes.
Perfect. So you guys, Mockery and Will, are definitely able to follow him. Will going invisible, Mockery hanging back. You see as he starts to leave the tent, kind of starts maneuvering himself around. Like you see him kind of moving between tents, moving between booths, all of that. Not like running, but definitely like almost trying to lose himself. Both of you guys give me a perception check.
Can I come too? I have an invisibility rune, so I can follow along with Will, if that's all right.
Yeah, Wisteria can definitely come as well.
It's gonna go double or nothing with the help plate. This will give you another one, Deacon, as well as giving you +2 to the roll, which I do feel as though I'm going to need. Yep.
Will,
22.
Mockery, you lose track of this guy. Wisteria, you're able to keep up with his movements through the crowd and are able to keep tailing him. Eventually, you do see him kind of heading back towards this camp on the outskirts, kind of near the refugee side of on the refugee side of the camp. You see, though, it is definitely nicer tents, nicer kind of fitting, and you see him kind of talking to this man with this pretty intense looking maul on his back. Oh yeah, you guys definitely follow that one. Definitely with two of you invisible. So Asteria, you see this camp. There's probably about 20 people or so at the camp, kind of spread around with the one, this guy with the rifle strapped to his back went up to, you see this man with the maul, pretty worn, kind of leatherish armor and keen eyes and kind of the dark olive skin. What does Wisteria do?
I think I'll, with my, as long as my invisibility remains, poke around the camp a bit, look for any written down documentation about their plans here or some evidence of like what this group's goal might be.
All right, give me a stealth check. And I forgot what's the bonus for being invisible?
I don't know. I think it just allows you to hide without needing cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're off guard to you, and if they're trying to hit you, then they'll have to roll the flat check.
Undetected to all creatures.
Perfect. I'll give you a +1 circumstance bonus.
All right. There is. Can I have keeping an eye, checking out this guy, detecting, figuring out what the symbol means, be a lead that I started to pursue?
Definitely.
Oh, except the circumstance bonus doesn't matter.
Perfect. You're able to maneuver through, and don't forget, stealths are supposed to be a private one, but you're able to maneuver through on this one. You don't see there's not much writing down, but you do see kind of able to overhear the report that this guy is giving back. You hear him go, "All right, Captain. Looks like there's about 20 of them. Most of them don't really seem like nothing. We get them." Sleep in, most of them. Get them early, we can get in and out. Hopefully before the Duke knows nothing.
What do you mean by that?
What?
Sorry, just me saying a meme. I just said, what do you mean by that?
Let's see. Trying to see if I have anything. Yeah, I think I'll head back and let the rest of the gavel know that seems like this group has been hired to assassinate us. So we should prepare accordingly. Also, has anyone seen Will?
I'm probably visible by the time you come back. I appear right at that moment. That is very disturbing. Interesting. Now, why would these people want to come after us? Perhaps just hired by somebody else.
I mean, if I were
Atarian factions.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that means we should probably start taking watches, just to make sure.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. We'll have to set up. We can. It doesn't necessarily have to be us, but perhaps sometimes us. We can set up a rotation so that there's nobody staying up all night, but some members of the gavel, and we'll just make sure that at least we got a couple of people keeping an eye out on our area of the camp to make sure that there's nobody trying anything untoward. I'll let them know.
perfect. You were able to go through and let the Gavels, red shirts, B squad, and officers know that there could be some trouble. And keep an eye out for the group throughout their watches. With that, somebody roll me a d20. Straight d20. We'll have you do that. Or actually, G got it perfect. G. So you guys give those orders out to the crew and kind of go about the rest of whatever you were doing for that downtime, recruiting, trying to stitch together Reaver outfits, whatever you may have been working on throughout that week. But the next morning, you do hear a horn blare out from one of the red shirts, and you like kind of hear, and the horn blares out loud, like not just enough for you all to hear, but it's one that you can probably hear from a good distance across kind of the war camp as well. As this horn blares out from the red shirt, you see one of your red shirts kind of trembling a little bit as he's blowing this horn. And as you guys come out of your tents, you see a number of different people. You see kind of that same guy with the rifle standing kind of on the edge near the water by your camp. You see Wisteria, the one with the maul, kind of standing not too far from the tents. You see other kind of people garbed in hunters' clothing with a mixture of crossbows, falcons, and rifles in their hands. And you see this big mess of kind of rank and file troops. But one of the things you notice as your red shirt kind of continues blaring that horn, you see two guards kind of wearing the cotton colors, the purple and gold, kind of take note, and you see one of them continues to watch, but the other one starts sprinting towards the kind of the guard station near the main camp. So you see him sprint away as the others keep watch. And as you kind of come out of the tent, you see this captain look at you and go, "Oi, we need y'all to do this the easy way. I don't want to have to break too many skulls, but you lock out bounties, and we're here to collect." He points to Will and Jeet. "You lot, they want you alive. I want to give you to them alive because it's more money. So be good. The rest of you people, dead or alive, actually, let me clarify. Dwarf, orc, dead or alive. Mockery, dead. We gotta take your head. Sorry. That's just the way the cards work. I don't know who you made big mad, but they big mad. They want to put your head on the wall. So, I mean, you two, you can come out alive, have a nice cushy sail. The rest of you lot, you know what it is."
Will is going to look at them like somewhat condescendingly, like, "That's a very bold approach, I suppose, considering that you are surrounded by Cotton forces as well as our faction members. How about this? We maybe just can potentially just send you on your way, and perhaps we'll all forget any of this happened. Maybe."
You lot, I mean, you think you big tournament winners? You wrestled a dragon turtle. We can, we put a bullet in your head. We take you. Now, the fuck with this talking. It's time to get the business. We're trying to get those coins, you know?
All right. How many other people are like awake at this time of the morning?
Right now, you hear the horn blaring, but kind of ready and able. It's the Gavel's crew. You see the guard that ran off from the Cotton side, presumably to get reinforcements after hearing your horn go off. But it's early.
All right. Will's just gonna be like, "Oh," like he's gonna say the same thing I just said. He's just like, "All right, if you say so," and then start casting spells at them.
Perfect. So let me throw you on the map.
I want to look at that one guard who was watching. He's like, "You saw all this, right?" I don't want to get thrown in jail for putting these people on pikes.
So you see kind of the two crews of people, but we're going to have you guys roll initiative, and then we're going to take a quick break.
All right. Did Jeet have time to put his armor on, did the alarm go off after that? Because I'm okay to try it without armor if you want.
You guys, you all heard that they were going to come probably in the morning as well,
Right.
so
Okay.
may have been slept in your armor, we could say.
Yeah, got it. Good.
Perfect. So roll. We'll come back 5 minutes and see how this combat goes. Welcome back, everyone, to part 2 of session 15. The group has just been confronted by the Missios crew of hunters. They were, on this case, on the hunt for bounties that have been placed on the Gavel's heads, learning that at least Will and Jeet have alive options. Well, actually, Will and Jeet have preferable alive options. Belric, Wisteria, dead or alive, and then Mockery, dead and headless. With that, you see kind of facing you this squad of Missio soldiers with riflemen in the back and front, along with one kind of wielding a crossbow. And you see kind of in front of you their captain, this pretty stout-looking man with this wicked-looking maul in his hands. He is like slightly taller than a dwarf, but he is compact. He's muscle, small, with this keen look in his eyes. And that, I think that's us. Get the battle going. Jeet, you are up first, and I think you kind of switched up your equipment, you said.
Yes. Jeet emerges from the tent with his new two-handed weapon. Now that he doesn't have a shield anymore, he's decided to focus on just going in on weapons. And if he's going to go with a two-handed weapon, he has to make it Nar's two-handed weapon. So Jeet comes out with Nar's Naginata in both hands. The soldiers, the troop above, we're also fighting them, right?
Oh yeah, you're fighting all 6 of those guys?
Surrounded.
No.
Okay. He says, I hear you when you say that you want to take at least some of us alive. I think that is an admirable goal, and that is what we shall be trying to do as well. Oh my God, it's so good to be fighting on land again. And then he
Yeah, same.
will cast a spell.
You sound so excited to cast the spell.
I am. This is not in the
Yes.
divine spell list. My divine spell list is filled with just infiltration. This is from the druid archetype, and I've been waiting to cast this for so long.
I didn't know you had that.
Oh, I think I know what you're casting. Okay.
Yes. Because druid archetype has some cool fire spells, right? More so than cleric does, and you see G just like flames beneath his feet. He just rises up 10-15 feet in the air, and then like a comet he just goes like flies in the straight line and crashes down right there as he casts Blazing Dive.
Nice.
That is so badass.
The group of soldiers is completely caught off guard as you kind of phoenix over and just fire envelops them. The sniper kind of moves a little bit quicker, dodging the worst of it, but still caught in the flames.
And the splash goes out. He swings his Naginata around in a seemingly like just continuous motion as he then uses his last action to make that strike. Which is going to be this.
Nice.
That's his turn.
Yeah, and you see that fire splash, like you see members of the soldiers burning. It seems especially effective against this troop. And this guy, yeah, he's hurt. He definitely felt both the splash, even though he dodged the worst of it, and then that the scythe strike. All right, Belric, you're up next.
Okay. I'm going to target Captain Baez. That's the guy who's talking all the crap, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Um. So like, kind of like upset. He's getting like out of his stupor. Comes out. Short bow's drawn. He's gonna cast Hunt Prey on Captain Bass's, and then I'm gonna do a hunted shot on him. So he's been shot in a minute. Sorry, I'm also gonna add. I don't know how to do this automatically, but I'm gonna add my Wyvern poison to the initial shot that I make.
Okay.
So I'm gonna bear with me here.
There's a way. I keep forgetting. I'll have to write that down. I keep forgetting to check how to do that. There's a way to do it for sure.
Right. Okay.
Naturally, of course.
Sure, bud. Right. So then that'll hit. I'm gonna roll a crit here, and then I'm also. Sorry, I'm gonna have to manually add this afterwards. Holy shit.
Nice.
So I'll roll 3d6 here as well, and he'll have to do a DC 46 Fortitude save.
Oh, he just makes a save, but I think that's basic, so he'll still take the half damage from that stage 1, I believe.
Perfect. And then from there, I'm gonna command Bear, and I'm just gonna nod at him. And Bear's going to spend one action charging.
Oh, you did 100 shots, so you've got one more shot too, I think, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. Oof.
Okay, great. Okay. And then Bear is gonna run. Come on, Bear.
Go
Bear
on,
will
get-
run here. Come on. And he's going to take a Jaws strike. Hold on. What is this Bear hug?
I think that's your support benefit for him.
Oh, I can't do that right now then?
Oh, you could. I think it would be better if you do it for your start because it gives you like D8 for like slashing for every
That
hit.
makes sense.
Oh, sorry, Bear Hug. You have to have 2 actions for him left, but that's when your last action is a claw attack. You can make him grab it.
Okay. So in this case, I'll run up and do the Jaws as I
That
commanded. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then
Actually, no crit. So double it up, 36.
let's go, dude.
Holy
How does that?
shit.
How does it all look? As you like, this guy looks pretty healthy. So he is bloodied up.
This guy's he's like talking, and like Balric's just like yawning, and he's like, dude, stop. Like, what are you doing? And like, just reeks of booze. And then like he kind of like sees this huge jolt that like kind of wakes him up from Jeet behind him with that falcon kick that he does in the air. And then he just turns around inspired and takes a couple shots and nods to Bear, and he takes a big ol' Jaws at him. So
He is looking hurt, bleeding out. As this all comes through, you see some surprise on his face. Wisteria, you are up.
So I did say I was pursuing a lead to see what these people were up to. So I would say that Captain Baz is at the heart of my investigation, so that'll give me a free action, devise a stratagem on him.
Perfect.
All right, we won't be attacking him this turn. So I'll turn around. I will. Okay, so then I get my known weakness. So I will focus on the sniper that Jeet damaged and do a free action recall knowledge for what weakest save is for the sniper.
Perfect. He is off guard to you. You realize the weakest save is fortitude. You get another question.
Okay. What's, if I can ask this, so what's like an ability they have I should watch out for?
You see kind of with the kind of the arquebus he's got in his back. If he can catch you off guard, he can get some significant damage on it.
All right. So yeah, I'll kind of shut that out. Like, if focus on protecting yourself and staying on good footing rather than getting caught off guard by the snipers. And then I will. Okay, so that was all free action. I will. First action will be to analyze weakness, which will give me extra damage, and then I will make 2 attacks.
Are these non-lethal?
He's not bloodied yet, so.
Not yet. Oh, and then I have. Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna use that hero point and reroll that.
That's your second in a row.
Except for that recall knowledge check. That's better. Alright. Sneak attack. Oh, and I forgot to add another one. Yeah, that's a big number.
How do you kill him?
I like line up the shot and fire it, and I'm like, all right, watch out for their keen eyes. They might be able to catch you off guard. Oh wait, already did. Never mind. Maybe the other one.
It happened again.
I mean, are we?
You see the bolt fly through him. He crashes to the ground, lifeless.
All right, I'll fire my next shot at the soldiers. Yeah, that's my third action. No off guard, and that's missed, but that's fine. All right, that's my turn.
Perfect. Captain Baz is up. You see he looks a little concerned as one of his boys goes down. He gets pretty bloodied up by a bear, and Belric taking shots at him. You see him reach into his pocket and then use 2 actions to drink a potion, give himself some HP, and he looks around and goes, "All right, tighten up, boys. Tighten it up. These poses are a ticket off this island. Get them, kill the ones you need to, keep the ones alive you need to, and we're getting out of here and we never looking back." So he's going to heal himself. And actually, I'm just going to take a swing at Bear. This Bear's right here. He's used 2 actions already. So you see him lift this maul and swing it down hard upon Bear. But Bear proves far too quick for the captain, easily dodging aside as that blow comes hammering down. Will, you're up. Oh, I forgot. Why did I roll some? I thought I fixed this. It did not, though. So what's the first one? He will take 5 damage. As that fire from the crit on Belric's burning arrows hit.
Mm-hmm. All right. Will is just going to look around at... Wait a second. Where is Will? Wait, I think it disappeared from the map.
Weird.
I'm gone. I feel like I was there a second ago.
It's weird because you're still on initiative, and if you delete your character, you usually lose initiative. So that's odd. But I'll put you back to hunt.
Behind a token or something?
Yeah, maybe I'm underneath something else somehow. I
Oh,
don't know.
there
There you are. All right. Will is just gonna shake his head, and then he just looking around, assessing the battlefield, just like, should have left us alone. And then he is going to do something all of you have never seen him do before, and just like his eyes immediately glow bright. There's like 2 beacons of golden light starts shining out of his eyes, and he's going to shout at the top of his lungs. I'm not going to shout at the top of my lungs so I don't blow out this mic, but he's going to say, Rashanael! And then he's going to make another sound that you cannot remember. Like, as soon as he says it, it leaves your mind. Because it is Rashanael's true name, and it is not something that should be remembered by a mere mortal. It might cause harm to your mind. And he's just going to shout, Rashanael! Some sound that you immediately forget. And then, protect Agnijit Abe! And I'm casting Spiritual Guardian. And suddenly, a pillar of light appears from the sky, and immediately, with the sound of like a sonic boom, an angel dressed in silver armor appears right next to Jeet. I'm gonna say probably right there. And we have a fun little token that my wife, Anastasia McGlure Williams, created specifically for this spell. And she appears alongside Jeet, and she just looks at. She doesn't say anything, but she looks at you and gives you a curt nod. And she appears next to you, and it prepares herself to protect. She is carrying a large sword, like a long sword made out of light, but she has it sort of like at her side, and she puts out a hand with a massive ball of like sunlight in it, and it looks like she's getting ready to protect you against whatever attack comes up ahead. So I am choosing the protect action from the Spiritual Guardian. I want to put it right there. Is there a way that I can add the token to the map or anything like that?
Yeah, you should be able to place it.
I don't know how. That's the problem.
Oh, let me just throw it down there.
Is she under gavel followers? No. Okay. All right. So she is intangible, so she cannot be attacked, but she also doesn't make opportunity attacks. She doesn't like actually like control space, but she will reduce damage that Jeet takes on the next attacks that he takes, as long as he stays next to her.
Nice.
And then with my last action, I'm gonna. You see, he's sort of like like coughs, like as if that saying all of that was rough on his throat, and then he's gonna turn around and just very quickly say, "Cast." I'm gonna cast another spell, because why not? I'm gonna cast Amped Message. Let me make sure it's. I click the amp. Yep, amp side cantrip. I'm gonna cast Amped Message on Mockery. My brain like fully shut off for a second. So you can stride, step, or attack, I think. With a free action given to you as a reaction.
Nice. Marker, what are you doing?
Definitely striding.
Yeah, so you just hear Rashanael's voice in your head just say, "Move," and now's your chance.
Right here.
All right, and that'll be my turn. It's not gonna take that long every time I cast this spell. I just wanted to describe it fancy for the first time.
Definitely.
Heck yeah.
Mockery, you're up.
Alright, so Mockery is let's see, first of all, command Hyena. Get Hyena right here and use Hyena's support action. Which, as you remember, is if Mockery hits this, Mockery gets to frighten this particular individual here. That's the wrong sheet. And good old Mockingbird is going to strike with his maul. that is unfortunate, and I'm going to use my second hero point of the session.
Nice.
I forgot to put on non-lethal, so that's a 28 in case that matters.
Perfect. So that will still hit. Remember to call that out ahead of time, though.
Yeah, and that's my bad. Let's see here. For 19 damage.
Perfect.
And he's frightened, and then we're gonna go for a Dread Marshal, which, with Assurance, just gets to pop off.
Sweet. How does that all look?
So, with the aid of Shaniel's voice, Mockery just strides along, gets into the perfect position with Bear, and just in almost a spinning motion, just cracks his gavel of a great maul against the captain here, before just raising it up and just bellowing out. It is noticeable by the other gavels he has not dedicated this fight to anyone. He just bellows out. And that's Mockery.
Perfect. You guys hear the bellow echoing out across the battlefield, and then it's the soldiers' turn. You see these kind of people come charging in, kind of at the back lines of the gavels, kind of moving in unison as they progress. Oh, there we go. And you see, as they come in, like these people like gather their swords, gather their axes, and you hear the lead soldier go, "All right, now chop them down!" And they start just slashing out at you. You three, give me a reflex saving throw.
I'll use a hero point. Hey, that's better.
Perfect. So, Belric as well. Belric and Will each take 8 slashing damage as this horde of people just kind of consumes down on you, just slashing and bashing and slashing and bashing.
Belric gets a critical success from the natural reflexes.
Oh, nice, sweet. Yeah, so Belric, you're able to dodge aside like Wisteria, and Will is just kind of slashing into you.
Thank you. I didn't remember that.
We have the same thing. So.
Yeah,
You see
luckily
this-
it says it on there so that it reminds us.
You see this other hunter kind of ready his crossbow, taking a notch towards Jeet. You see him pull back on the trigger. Oof. You see the arrow fly true for 32 damage towards Jeet. You see the hunter move and use this running reload. And you see him kind of knock another arrow in, and he takes a second shot.
Okay.
As he kind of just continues shooting and running with his crossbow, eyes locked on the Jeet.
Okay,
Each
so-
time Jeet takes damage, it is reduced by 10, and Rashael takes the damage instead.
So the second one is all gone on Shanael, and the first one, like, she tries to block part of it, and it's still approaching him, and he's going to raise his shield, heavy use of air quotes there, to shield block with his divide shield, as I'll use my focus point. Enduring Might. I am so strong, you guys. I am so strong that it bounces off of my muscles partially.
Incredible.
Nice.
Total, I'm taking 6 damage, I think.
All right, and I have to keep track of how much damage Rashanael has taken.
She's at 20 or 19 so far.
Yeah.
So you just turned y'all together. Y'all turned a critical hit into 8 damage.
8 damage, yes.
You see that just blocking off of Jeet's muscles as this hunter tries its best to pull down the follower of Nar. And you see the sniper is up. Mockery, you see him take aim upon you. And you see him kind of like load in this shot. And he is going to hit you with a full bore shot. So you see him kind of load into his arquebus and then pull this trigger. You hear this loud shot ring across the arena.
I was about to say he may try, but that hits exactly.
Perfect. And with that too, he makes an arquebus strike against 2 creatures, so he's targeting your hyena. So I imagine they hit you, that probably hits hyena too, right?
Yeah, hyena only has 25 AC.
Perfect. So you guys will each take 8 damage as this shot kind of rings out towards you, and then you see him spend his last action kind of loading in another shot to the arquebus.
Oh, I forgot to. There.
Oh, and this guy, you see him Falcon raised. He is going to, fortunately, spend 2 actions to get in range, and then he is going to take a swing at you as well, Mockery.
He may try. Mockery is off guard. Oh.
Fortunately, even with the off guard, that is not enough to hit. You see him swinging at you, but that Chaos Knight plate blocks it. Jeet, you're up.
Oh, shoot. Already? I wasn't done doing my measurements yet. Okay, so, Jeet, he doesn't have fire spells right now, but he still has the breath. But as he's looking around, he sees there are all these camps, tents, and he has to use fire responsibly. So he needs to do this geometrically accurately, and he uses another one of my spells I've been itching to use from Druid Archetype, as he just like bends a little and jumps right into the air. And it says as part of the spell that you only fall after your next action. So he's going to be like up in the air at such an angle to hit both the like hunter and the army over here. And then he's going to let out his 30-foot cone Breath of Dragon.
Nice. Perfect. Yeah, that meshes out perfect on that side without hitting the tent too. So yeah. Right, jumping around now.
He is going to fall and take fall damage, but I'm totally okay with that. Let's do leveled fire damage.
So you see the hunter fails. The kind of the group of soldiers, you see the head soldier kind of yells out, "All right, tighten up formation," and they're able to kind of dodge the worst of it, but still get hit. And you see that splash, or that kind of area damage does a decent bit as they're burned on that side.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to say I'm like 15 feet in the air, so I fall. I'll take the damage, and I believe I'll be prone. Catfall.
Oh yeah, you don't have catfall. Yeah, so you will be prone on that one.
Cool. That's my turn.
Perfect. Yes. Barak, you're up. You got a mob in front of you. Bear assaulting the captain. What are you doing?
And Mockery's non-lethal hit has kind of thrown me for a loop. Like, I want to kill these guys, but if Mockery's showing mercy, I feel like I may.
Mockery showing mercy. Wisteria's got the kill on the board, and Jeep came down like a meteor. It's up to you. Mockery's head is in a weird place, admittedly.
Okay.
I'll make that clear.
Wisteria is the most likely to kill someone out of the group. Even in your
I mean-
honor duel last time, she stabbed the guy that was already knocked unconscious.
I mean, listen, like they have a bounty on our heads. Like I have no mercy for these people. Like it may make sense to capture someone and figure out who the bounty is, but it doesn't have to be a specific person. So I'm shooting at. I'm gonna keep rolling, and
Before you roll, I'm gonna use this to give you advantage, basically. Sorry. I need to get that in there before you roll, so. But that'll be for your first attack.
Nice.
how do I add this to my? No permission to upload. Oh, okay.
If that
it's
gift
there.
sways your decision at all.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna take my first attack. You know what? I'm gonna use my other poisonous arrow because I feel like. Oops. Sorry. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm going to use my giant wasp venom here.
All right.
Arrow. And this will be my first shot. All right.
You know, who are you shooting at again?
Sorry, the big. Let me target him. The big dwarf dude.
Perfect. All right. That'll hit.
Right. Let me roll damage there. And then it'll also be.
He's looking bloodied again.
It'll also be. These are the 2d6, and you'll have to do a DC 25.
All right. He is failed, so he is takes 2d6. He is clumsy as well, so we throw that on him, and he will take that 6 damage. Yeah,
Okay.
he's looking hurt.
Right. I'm shooting him again. My second shot.
Take the shot. That'll just hit.
Oh, I do have to point out that Hunter's aim is active. I don't know if you're using Hunter's aim or not.
Whoops. I'm sorry. Yeah, that hunter's aim was a mistake. I'm used to doing hunted prey, so
Unfortunately, that
Thank
second
you.
one will just miss then.
okay. Third attack. This will be my second action. That'll miss. And then Bear is going to.
He's got flanking with mockery.
Does that mean I should strike him or I should do bear hug?
Bear hug includes a strike, I believe so.
Yeah, to bear hug, you have to strike, and then you can bear hug if you want to.
Okay, so that's 2 actions to use bear hug. Okay.
Uh,
I'm just gonna use.
so
Sorry, go ahead.
Because you can command the animal, so you have 2 actions either way. So you could strike twice, or you could strike and then bear hug him if you want to.
Strike bear hug. Let's do
Okay.
it. Ball strike.
That'll hit.
All right, there's the damage.
Nice. He is looking rough.
And then the bear hug. I don't know what I roll here.
Oh no, this
Hits the. Oh, he's grabbed.
He's just grabbed. Yeah. So how does that look as you shoot at him and then bear grapples him up?
Yes, I grab like the like poisonous arrow. I know right where it is without looking at it, and I fire it, and it hits him. A couple others miss, and then yeah, another nod to bear, like kind of like a wink, like a little bit more than usual. And he knows to, like, takes a swipe and then just hugs him, and then he's like pretty vulnerable for the taking.
Perfect. He's bleeding. You see he's got a green around his gills, that poison flooding through his veins. Definitely having a rough go of it. Wisteria, you're up.
All right, I'm going to let's see. Might have some fun here. Have a free action devise a stratagem. Okay, not a good roll. But let's try this. I'm gonna kind of aim my crossbow towards him and say, I'm going to choose skill stratagem, which I have not done before, which gives me, because he's a lead bonus, it'd be a +2 on intelligence, wisdom, or charisma-based checks involving the target. And I'll say, if you value your life, lay down your arms. Otherwise, we'll just finish you off.
All right, give me an intimidation check.
Oh, that's the one I'm not good at, actually. But that's the situation. Okay. And then I get skill stratagem. Oh, and it's +2. Oh, right, I have the Pathfinder intimidation.
What's a +9 from?
Pathfinder agent dedication gives me level on untrained skills,
Oh, nice. All right.
which is intimidation and performance and nothing else. But it's
You see, he looks shook. Like you see, kind of like the maul go loose in his hand. It looks like he's probably down to surrender. Crew though, looks like they're still like out for blood. You hear it go, "Fuck off, Captain. We're getting that money regardless. You can put yours in the grave."
Which person specifically said that?
The mob.
Such a terrifying question.
So
That particular person in the mob is going down.
would that intimidation check cost an action?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. But I still have 2 left. Oh, I didn't do my recall knowledge. Okay, I'm going to recall you. Well, we're gonna. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to spend an action to use my invisibility rune to go invisible, and then immediately shoot the mob with my 3rd action to get off guard from the invisibility.
All
I don't get analyze weakness. Yeah. So that's a critical sneak attack. And the mob is frightened, so
Nice.
should listen to your captain.
You see people falling. Some of them starting to run away from the mob. It starts to shrink in size of these soldiers as fear runs through them. Some stick around, kind of hardy or stuff, still willing to risk their lives for the payday. You see Baz drops his weapon. He's grabbed up by a bear. What is he gonna do? He drops his. Actually, he holds on to his weapon, but he kind of holds it in the air. He readies an action in case somebody tries to target him again. Will, I want to go. Will, you are up.
I'm hearing so many sounds. All right. Here's how we're gonna do this. First action I'm going to use to sustain my spiritual guardian spell. Is there a button I should press to do that, or is it just, do I just say that happens and it happens?
You just say it happens there.
Okay, so by sustaining it, I just basically just move her to a new location. So first action is to just, oh wait, hold on. Okay, there. What? It won't let me move her. I don't think I have permission to move the token.
Where do you want it to go?
Just want to move her over here to be next to Jeet again, so that she can continue.
I will be moving around as well. So just if you want that's fine too. Because if
no, yeah, I'm gonna be sustaining it every turn anyway. So I might as well for now use it to print. Or I could use it to start beating on fools. I'll leave it. I'll protect you for now. So first, Will just gonna shout out. I'm gonna say this comes out in Celestial. He just says he still needs your protection. He still needs your protection. And then my next thing I want to do is I would like to get rid of these foolish folks trying to kill me. Or you know what? No, actually, instead of any of that, I am gonna quickly measure how far away is everybody. Okay. Instead of doing any kind of other stuff, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cast haste on. Now, here's the question: is it on Wisteria, or I'm gonna cast haste on Wisteria.
Oh, thank you.
And so Will just turns to you, his eyes still glowing, and you just hear in Rashanael's voice, swiftness, and then suddenly you're just like moving and fast forward. And that's my turn.
All right, Mockery, you're up.
All right. So, the captain was looking like he's about to surrender, right?
He's kind of lifted his mace, his maul above his head, and is not taking any aggressive actions on his turn, but he does look poised to strike if somebody strikes out at him.
I'm worried he might have a reactive strike. So, not going to move, but instead, command Hyena, as we do. Get that over here. And this one right here is definitely not, the hunter's not surrendered, correct?
They've not surrendered.
Alright, so, Hyena is going to, as we do, support benefit. Mockery is going to Maul Strike.
That'll hit.
Here. Got it. And I doubt this is going to kill, right?
This creature's not been hit.
Yeah. So we're good there. 15. Nice. Alright. And now going to go for a strike with...
I'll give you advantage on the second strike.
Oh, thank you. Let's see here, and then a -2. What type of penalty is non-lethal again?
-2.
No, I mean the type. Is it untyped?
What do you mean?
Oh, like
Thought it was
circumstance or
circumstance.
Oh,
status.
circumstance, yes.
Ah, I got it. -2. There we go. And roll once with tail strike, and then we roll again with tail strike. Oh,
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
heck yeah. And as I said before, this one's non-lethal. Oh, damn.
How's that all look, Mockery? He's
So,
creature's still standing and bloodied, but definitely hurt.
So Mockery, in that same kind of spinning motion, again, like rolling his shoulders and positioning his hips just right, just swings into this hunter with a kind of like a golf swing almost, an upward swing. And as he does, and his body is rotating, his tail would come up and just snap at their throat. Not hard enough to kill, but clearly striking true. Not to mention the constant cackling and not quite murmuring, but this unsettling noise from Hyena during all of this.
Perfect. You see fear on the soldier's eyes. Definitely blood and pain kind of leaking across her face.
Y'all, we are so cool.
I think I'm noticing something, though. I don't think... Yeah, I don't think my Dread Marshal is adding its damage.
Would you add Dread Marshal stance to your guy?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, weird.
Weird. So that should be, because we got 2 dice right now, an additional 4 damage total, since I've hit twice.
Perfect. You see the soldiers still kind of gung-ho, still trying to get that full payday. You see them lashing out every which way, striking out with everybody within a 5-foot emanation. Give me a DC 21 reflex saving throw. Nice. Perfect. Who are we missing? Oh, Wisteria. Nice. You see them all kind of lashing out at you, but you all are able to easily avoid their thrusts, stabs, and slashes with their axes as this troop gets near the end of its life. The hunter. So this one, you see, is going to continue its crusade against Jeet, kind of running, getting some distance, or going to take a shot and then get some distance away. You see, it takes that first shot, starts running this way, reloads. It takes a second shot. But luckily, Jeet proves... Actually, no, it will just hit on that last one.
Yeah, being prone.
So you see kind of
I can
one of
take the
them
one.
crossbows go in, but you see Rashadiel's divine protection can pretty much ease that damage away.
Tap.
Rashaniel's vision is somewhat flickering. She is technically bloodied, even though she is not physically actually here.
Perfect. You see Rashadiel starting to feel the damage. You see this other sniper start to edge his way away from the conflict, but he still does take a shot at Mockery as he leaves. You hear the shot ring out across the air as it starts to maneuver away. This one is frightened and trapped between a hyena and Mockery. You see just pure defiance on his face. Falcon lash out twice at Mockery, and he is going to try to maneuver away as well. But I think Mockery, you took.
Yeah, that's most definitely not a critical hit on Mockery. 29?
Well, he rolled a nat 20.
Oh yeah, no, that would be a crit. Yeah. So we're going to use a reaction for, yes, indeed, a strike, and we're going to be non-lethal on this.
Perfect. Nice.
29 hit. Got it. Does that apply when he's still in the square initially, or does that apply like as he's leaving it?
As he's leaving it.
Got it. So damage, and let's see here. Okay, so this is saying, well, that one has Dread Marshal in it, but the others did. Weird.
Oh, yeah, he is very hurt. Alright, I already do. Oh, so and you take. That's the crit damage you take. He's limping out as you slash into him. He's kind of starting to limp away. You start to hear as you look or kind of through the haze of battle. You start to hear horns. You hear marching coming through. You look up, and in the distance, will probably be here in the next 6 seconds. You see the Cotton troops marching in a phalanx towards you all. Gee, what do you do?
Okay, I will stand up, move to right there, and then strike at the troop. Works. Foundry should give me flanking.
Can troops be flanked?
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good question.
I think so. I'll say they can. But
I
even
know.
without that, you got the correct. Even with that.
All right, let's get that bonus 1d8. That's my. Oh, and they can be moved? No, that wouldn't apply. But yeah, that 25 slashing.
Solid. You see the troops. You see the troop is starting to members falling down from that wicked slash. Others running away. You see this troop is far smaller than it was to start, with people with fearful expressions and pain in their eyes as they continue to look on the carnage. All right, you're up.
Okay. Is there anyone from what I can tell? It looks like the hunters are fleeing. The sniper is fleeing. In the top area, the sniper near Jeet is.
Oh, he's dead.
Okay.
The troop hasn't tried to. You see, they're not edging away so far.
Okay.
And you do see kind of like the other ones are kind of doing a fighting retreat, but kind of up to you. How do you want to handle that?
I'm gonna make an announcement like the troops are coming, surrender your arms, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna move my hunted shot to the large group, and I'm just gonna take an unarmed shot at them.
So did you say unarmed shot?
I'm sorry, non-lethal.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute.
I thought you were just gonna straight punch him. I thought you were just gonna.
That's an option.
Yeah, you got unarmed strike, so.
All right, one action. This will be my whoops. First shot. -2 here.
Nice. I think that will just crit.
Okay. Oh Lord, there's a lot of numbers here. All right.
With that arrow, how do you non-lethally take down this troop of fighters?
I guess I would envision there's kind of like a lead person within the group who was like leading the charge, like we'll never surrender. So that's the person that maybe I take a non-lethal shot in his leg and he just goes down in like almost like a kneeling stance because of the shot. So my arrow forces him to kneel, and then I'll kind of stare at the rest of the group.
You bring
That'll be
it
my
to
turn.
knees. Others either kind of succumb to their wounds and fall unconscious, or flee, or lay down their arms. Are you done with actions, or do you have any actions left?
I'll kind of like forfeit my turn from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the area? You're up.
All right, so all the soldiers are knocked out. Let's see. To this, the hunter like on the beach, I'll use an action to devise a stratagem. And I'll pick skill stratagems again. And then I'll say, you fight well with that falchion. We could use a soldier like you in the gavel.
Oh no.
Are you going to try to recruit them mid-battle?
Oh my god.
All right, give me a diplomacy check.
I love it.
I mean, we did just kick their ass and showed them, okay, this is why we have the bounty on us. Y'all never stood a chance.
And they're here for money. Like, we can pay them.
Yeah, exactly. And it beats going to prison right afterwards.
Yeah.
Or
It is
whatever holdings that he... Oh, God.
You see the hunter drops. He goes, yeah. If I live, yeah. I'll stay with you forever, I guess.
Oh boy. Don't say it like that.
Very convincing. The sense of motive there.
Gavels!
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Turn to the other hunter up here. What do you say?
That
Oh, I
hunter
forgot about
flipped you
that
off
one.
This
and
is
kept
so
running.
insulting.
All right. Are they still shooting at us, or just kind of trying to get away?
Oh, they're still in hostile stances at the moment, but still running.
All right. Well, they're gonna shoot the bird. I'm gonna shoot back. So that was 1, 2. Okay, so third action. No off guard, but still hit.
Nice.
And that's my turn.
Captain still stands down, caught in the grip of Bear. Will, you are up.
All right. I'm gonna look over at Rashanael and say in Celestial, because he's not even intentionally speaking Celestial, just whenever he speaks to her, it just happens. He just says, "Stop that one," and try to keep him alive, I guess. And then she immediately, this is me sustaining the spell, she teleports right here behind him and just smacks him with the pommel of her sword made out of light.
Nice.
Or her, I don't know if the gender of this person or they or them. But yeah, I need to make a spell attack roll, which I don't think I've ever done. No, I've done it at least twice, now that I think about it.
I'll give you advantage on it.
Neat. Sorry, I accidentally closed my character sheet, so I need to open it up again. All right, so what's the roll on this?
You should
Targeting that
your
guy.
proficiencies have like a spell attack roll. If he's
Oh, I see. Yeah, there we go.
luckily you got that advantage.
I have advantage. I'm going to re-roll and keep the higher result. That's much better.
Nice, that'll crit.
I was targeting him, and it didn't do the targeting thing. Whatever. So the damage on that is... Hold on, I need to quickly look it up, because I've never used a spell before to do damage. The damage on it is 3d8. And then you said it's crit, so it's double that. So...
Oh, well, check the spell. Usually with attack rolls, it should still be double, but just still check the spell.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. There we go.
Yes, double on it.
Nice. Yeah, this guy is looking rough.
Okay, so that's my first action. I didn't think about this any further ahead than that. Hold on. Let me actually also... How far away is this guy? 80 feet. Oh, sorry, 75 feet. Can't get in range to get him. How's Mockery looking? How's Mockery looking HP wise? Does he need a heal? Probably not.
He's pretty fine, actually, all things considered.
Yeah, never mind. So instead, I am just going to run over there with a good old stride. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe I'm in range now. Nope. I can move one more square. And then I'm going to attempt to target that person with a demoralize and just say, like, listen, friend, everyone else has surrendered. You don't want to be the second person to die in this fight, do you? So I'm going to attempt to demoralize. I said I'm going to attempt to demoralize. There we go. Boo.
Nice. You see fear reach into this hunter's eyes, and they do kind of drop their weapon.
Good
All right,
choice.
You're up.
All right. So Mockery is definitely going to give chase here. So action, command hyena. Action to move. And hyena's going to strike.
This one's already surrendered.
This one surrendered?
Oh yeah, that's the one that offered to join the gavel.
Oh shoot, I had them mixed up. I'm sorry.
Are there any combatants left, actually?
In
If
the bottom
everyone-
left corner.
Oh, my freaking
Yeah, that's
the
who I
player
thought
counter.
surrendered. I don't know why. Because one's called Sniper, one's called Hunter. It was the Hunter who surrendered. My bad.
I couldn't even see that guy there. I had, like the player thing was blocking him. I forgot he existed.
Okay. We're going to 2 action stride of Mockery. Slow the token approaches. Just slowly like slides up to there. And he's gonna look to the sniper. And his eyes are going to narrow. And he's going to attempt a demoralize in order to get this sniper to back down. And he's going to say,
The Gavus can be merciful, and we cannot. These guards are coming. But if you run, you will not outrun me. And if you die, your soul shall not escape me. Do you understand?
Give me an intimidation check.
I'm scared. I inflict frightened one on Ryan Williams.
that's a 23. I don't think that's gonna pass.
Actually,
Wait, I have assurance. Why did I do that?
either way, his will is not very high. With a 22, that beats it, or 23, that beats it.
Yep,
So you do
so
see
demoralized.
fear in his eyes, and you see him drop his rifle. And just as he does that, you do see kind of the thundering feet, the blaring horns of the Cotton Army kind of coming into bear as the guards kind of come through, and you hear this loud crier bellow out, "Lay down your arms in the name of the Duke of Kata!" Shouting out, thumping on his shield, looking out across the battlefield to both you all as well as the other combatants. What do you guys do?
Well, Mockery lays his he's more so like stamps his gavel onto the ground and lets it stand like that. But he takes his hand off of it, basically disarming himself.
Will's just gonna like lean his staff up against himself and just be like, all right. And in that moment, Rashanael disappears with another loud booming sound.
Bear has this captain hugged, and he's just gonna give him like a pretty forceful push, maybe like onto the ground. But yeah, he's not just letting him go. He's like, "All right, I'll let go." And then Belric drops his bow.
With Sarah, put her crossbow on her back, not dropping it, but not keeping it in her hands.
Yeah, she will. Yeah. Well, he'll drop the Naginata and then he'll just go over to the sniper to see if there's any hope of magical save, or if the chest is it's just too many organs missing. Oh, that was a crit. All right. Yes.
Yeah, you see the blood. Too much of his blood and organs on the outside for him to to really come back from that.
Can't put that back in. It'll get too much dirt in there.
I believe there is a spell that could help, But I don't think it's very moral, or the Gabble would agree with it. Animate dead.
Well,
That's a
Pass.
great way to boost your rep here. Be like, hey, we follow Shinzo, we bring back the dead.
No.
But you do see the guards come rushing through, surrounding the group, and probably like for just a minute they're waiting, kind of eyes narrowing around on those who kind of kept their weapon either leaning against them or in kind of on their sheath, and then surrounding the other Mythios soldiers that still remained. But after a moment, you do see, kind of resplendent in his gold and purple armor, Duke Lesse Royce, along with the soldier who initially ran to come get the guard, come through, and you hear him bellow out in this cold tone, "What is the meaning of this?"
Are we able to maybe? I'm inclined to kind of kick forward Captain Asses to answer
Yeah.
that, and not us.
Yeah. I'll point to the captain over there and says,
Started it.
"That man brings disorder to the camps and brings vendettas and other goals that are not related to the liberation of Kata. I do not think he and his belong here."
And you see the soldier, the guard that saw the fight kick off goes, "It's true, Your Grace. These thoughts didn't start the fight. These other ones just came in and started shooting and yelling at him." You see the Duke look out across, and you kind of see him shake his head, and he goes, "Disorder will not be tolerated. Captain, why did you attack these men?" And you see the captain kind of like shrink within himself, but you see him kind of like reach into his pocket and just pull out this kind of folded up grouping of papers. And he goes, "Your Grace, we had a bounty and we needed the gold. We was going to donate it to you, Your Grace. You know, money for the war effort." And he throws out this group of bounties. And if you click over to your journal, you should be able to see them too, showing how much everybody went for, as well as the title that was given to you and who's paying some of these bounties. But you see, as you look over, the Duke shakes his head and goes, "I was told to expect," let's call it theatrics, from the gavels being included. Velnu warned me, but it seems that this instance, you all and your faction are not at fault. Guards, round up these Mythios. They'll hang in the morning. You do see one of them goes, "Oh, hey, she said I'm with them now. You, work lady, I'm with you guys now, right? Yeah, I'm a gavel.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god.
You heard her, right? I mean, she said it, and like the guards start
Yeah.
dragging this guy away. As
Wait. No. Hold. I did hear it. Wait.
Duke, I kind of say loudly, Duke, these people brought disorder, and it is your word that they'll hang for what they've done. We've just been here defending ourselves and doing our best to maintain the order as you requested. You said they will hang. We will not go against your... And then kind of glancing at Jeep, we will not go against your word here.
No, but sanctuary.
Mockery's going to.
And
Sorry,
he
go
just,
ahead.
sorry. I think he's just too flabbergasted, so he can't like catch up to them dragging the hunter in time, but he does think that this is a stain on his honor. Like he thinks we provided sanctuary and now we just like revoked it. So he does not like this.
Mockery's gonna go up to the Duke. He's gonna stride over. And he's going to talk to him in a hushed tone.
These men did worse than disrupt the order. Versus you and gold. They picked a gold. Regardless if they were going to give you a portion. They picked a gold. And some vague sense of glory. Over Kata. Hanging is one thing. But if you have any other ideas of how to make examples, that may be needed here. As Wisteria said, I will not go against your word. However, if you want these men to still be useful to you, and later on not to plague you, there was one we did say could join, if only to get them to stop fighting. If you wish to toss some to us, the gathers, if only to have more bodies to toss onto your line, and to be rid of them once we go, if they survive. It is your call.
You would allow a traitor in your ranks, one, as you said, that defied his homeland for gold, who betrayed his comrades for mercy. You wish to make him a gavel?
The gavels, I believe, are ones who would offer redemptions to those who seek it. If they waste their second chance, so be it, and they will die. Some way, somehow, they will. But if we can give them a second chance, an opportunity to redeem themselves, reclaim some honor, or at the very least provide something useful before they go, I believe that would be the gavel way. Yes.
As you said, their allegiance is to gold, and that's something we can manage.
Give me a diplomacy check, Mockery.
Yeah.
Can I aid on that?
Sure, you can do that.
I'll wait for the aid roll before rolling. Oh, shoot! Dang. Alright, so that's gonna be a +2. And Mockery's roll? A 36.
Grits his teeth. You can hear like a small screech as the Duke looks on the scene. He goes, "The offense was committed against you. It is only right that you get to decide this man's fate. If you want a traitor in your midst, you've taken the words from the wise. Take the traitor into your midst. It is your choice. The rest will hang on the morning. If this traitor does commit another act, this will be against the gavels as a whole, because he is one of you now. Is it understood?"
Of course. We will not take him in lightly. And we respect your decision, Duke. I
You
meant
see
no
the
offense.
guard, "Let that one go." And you see the guards push this man to the ground, and he goes, "The rest will hang in the morning." And you kind of see, like, he shouts to the crowd, "As I've said before, there will be no disruptions to the order. These men will hang for the price of disrupting the order and putting gold above country. Learn from their mistakes. In Gavels of Avasar, I apologize that you were attacked within my camp under my protection. You have my deepest regrets."
Will
Last thing.
bows.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's it. That was just Will bows.
The last thing Mockery will do is go over to the hunter, offer a hand for him to get up, and ask,
What is your name?
You kind of see like this hunter is just pale, trembling, kind of like still wiping dirt and blood off of them. And he goes, Brolo, I was gonna sneak away at first when you guys offered that. I mean, I was gonna stay for a couple days and just peace out. But thank you, I guess.
Well, if you get the inclination to do so, remember my words to your other friend. You wouldn't get far. But if you truly do want to make something of your life, this new chance, then do so under the banner of the Gavels and honor it. It's good to have you.
He kind of seems like rub his head. He goes, "Well, I owe you my life and all, so I'm gonna stick around." Gavels, I mean, I like to hunt. I like to, bring in some bounties. But I mean, you guys, you saved my life. They were gonna hang me, so I mean, I'm with you. What do you all pay? Or do I get paid?
Mockery nods and he points over to Jeet
He is the quartermaster. You talk to him and you talk to her.
and points to Asteria.
And for hunting, you always talk to one of them.
And he points to Belric, and Bear.
Or whoever he points you to at the time. If he's on the hunt or drinking with I.
Bear snarls.
Well, I'm gonna stay away from the bear. But I'll talk to him about the pay, and your lot didn't have to do all that. Thank you.
Don't talk to me about anything.
All right, you're recruited. You got past that part. I have no connection to you.
I'm just messing with you. I'm gonna come over and like smack him on the back like a little too hard and just be like, "Welcome to the Gavels."
He has like this completely uncomfortable look upon his face, but he goes, "Yes, thank you guys. Thought I was gonna have a date with a noose, but you guys sprung me." But with that, you see the rest of the Mythios soldiers are stripped of their weapons, gear, and gold. And you do see the soldier brings like the gold to Duke Lesse, but you see him kind of wave his hand and point to you all. And you do see one of the soldiers brings you guys over 400 gold, taken from the kind of the pockets of the soon-to-be deceased. Along with pictures of your own bounties, and you guys see kind of renditions of what the Atarians and others have described how you appear. It's a mockery. You've got like this vicious, gnoll, just unhinged, infernal look. Belric, you look to be kind of a bit drunkard with a bow in your hands. Wisteria, you kind of have like this orcish, but both like mixture, almost orcish librarian type look to where you kind of approach the ferociousness of the orc, but with glasses on you, even though Wisteria doesn't really wear glasses.
So accurate.
Yeah, that seems pretty accurate to me.
You see, Will, yours differs between which bounty poster you look at, because Will actually has two. The Eternal Empire, you've got this fiendish glow to you, the mark of Shinzo Z blatant upon your tongue. The other one, you've got more, the one from the Luminescent Church, that's the Alive bounty. You've got like this holy, almost ethereal look to you, almost like a mid-blessing.
I think I'll keep this one.
But yeah, you guys get to see kind of the Eternal Empire. For most of you, has put out the bounty with the Luminescent Church offering a competing bounty to get Will in alive. But with that, that's where we'll wrap up the session. So divvy up the 400 gold. Don't forget to do that this time. And then we'll pick up next week with the Infiltration.
I am adding it to my inventory right now, and I am saying it out loud so that everyone knows that I already have added the gold. It's 400 divided by 5.
Yep.
All right.
So that'll be, I think, 80 apiece.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm adding the income of 400 gold to the ledger.
Perfect. So everybody make sure to join us next week as we get through the Infiltration session, which I think should be pretty cool, as they're going to be doing some glider stuff. Oh, I think I posted it, but you guys should be able to see the glider stats. And what did I call it? Oh, vehicles. So you guys should be able to see the Thessian glider, giving you their HP, their fly speed, all of that. Check out the actions too for the starting drop and kind of how all that works. But you guys will have either solo gliders, or if you want to partner up with somebody, you can do dual gliders as well.
Mockery would want to do dual gliders with Wisteria.
Makes sense. So there'll be one pilot for it, and the other just kind of has their hand, and the pilot loses a hand for steering, but the other one will be strapped in and have their hands free.
I think Bear will sit this one out.
You mean he doesn't get his own glider?
I don't know.
Bear being large, big as the glider.
Yeah, yikes.
I gotta bounce. Thanks for the great session, y'all.
Sweet. So yeah, we'll see you all.